Delete what?
That one from before.
Yeah.
It's not showing right now.
All right, guys. So welcome to the Madgoats podcast. We have with us some lovely. Why you laughing? Why you laughing, bro?
Dooley looked at me.
Can I sit somewhere else?
You want to say
Why?
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna start this over again, guys. All right, so welcome to the Madgoats podcast. We have us with us three lovely ladies. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit us up, let us know if you want to come on to the next episode.
Period.
We got a special episode because it's also our last episode, and we're also missing 1/4 of the Madgoats crew,
No, we're
Khalifa.
not.
So shout out to Khalifa.
We're really not.
Shout out to Khalifa, you mad late. We wish you could be here, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, but we're doing this in Khalifa's behalf, and it's gonna be a great episode.
He's not gonna be missed.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
Khalifa got
that's his way of saying he miss you.
nah, they do got me.
So,
He does not speak for me.
so let's get right into it, ladies. Where are we gonna start? Who we gonna start with? Tell us who you are, and
You looking at me like,
I mean, you know, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself. And yeah.
okay, I'm Miriam. I mean, what was it?
Where you from?
Oh, I'm from here. I'm from the DMV.
Okay.
I'm 26. I'm a social worker. Yeah.
Okay.
Period.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Go keep it nice and simple.
I know. I'm like, my name is Adironke. You can call me Addy, Ronke, Adironke, whatever you like. I'm 28 years old. I'm from the DMV, PG County, Nigeria.
Yeah.
And I like to travel a lot and like to eat a lot.
Okay. I'm Kasia. Oh, I'm supposed to be looking at y'all. I'm Kasia.
I was looking at the camera the whole time. I was looking at the camera the whole time. Yeah.
I'm Kasia. Like Asia with a K.
Uh-huh.
I'm from PG County. That's it. You know.
What's
So
up?
tell us.
I'm low key.
Okay.
No IGK-ish.
Yeah, education.
Okay.
So tell us a little about where y'all grew up and stuff like that. What high school did you go to? You didn't go to Laurel, did you?
I went to a couple of high schools, but I graduated from Laurel.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, I graduated from Laurel.
You Blade, right?
Yeah, Blade.
Yeah, I bounced around my whole life. So I started in Atlanta, then I moved to Laurel, then I moved to Silver Spring, then I moved to Bladensburg. So, but I graduated from Bladensburg.
Blade.
That's crazy because we all went to Blade. And I don't remember seeing Kasia, but I remember seeing Ronke for sure.
She said she low key.
Probably
Yeah.
Yeah, she was for definitely. That's crazy. The Nigerian community in Blade was very tight.
Tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody knew everybody. Yeah.
I went to the same supermarket and everything.
That junk in Langley Park, the Apple one.
Green or red apple, something.
Red Apple.
That's
The
crazy.
junk in Langley Park.
Yeah,
My mama used to go there all the
My mama used
time.
to go there
Man.
heavy. So tell us about you guys are all African. Right?
Oh,
Damn.
Well, I'm African too.
are you guys African?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you guys from?
So I'm from PG, but I'm Nigerian.
Nigerian.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm African American.
Okay.
American.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So tell us a little bit about your upbringing. Were your parents strict?
No,
Were your parents strict?
So I'm Senegalese and my parents are Muslim. Well, I'm Muslim also, but I would say my parents had a nice balance. Like they were strict, but they also let me go out and do things and like have friends and stuff like that.
You have siblings too?
I do. I have 3 siblings. I have a little sister, an older brother, and an older sister, and we're all like different in age range. So I feel like in a portion of my life, I felt like I was the only child because my older brother is like 9 years older, then it's like 7 years older, and then my little sister is like 11 years younger than me. So we all, we all spread out.
My dad was very strict, like strict to the T. And my mom was like very lenient, but she kind of followed his lead. But like when it separated, she was like super chill, like Basically, like if you fuck up, it's your problem. No, literally, like don't. It's like I raised you enough to do good things, but if you mess up, don't call me.
Yeah. So I'm African. My mom's American.
Say that again.
African. You never heard African?
No, I have not.
I haven't
Yeah.
my first time.
For real. You never heard no
I
one
mean,
say
it
African?
makes sense. But
Yeah. Yeah. My mom is American from DC. My dad's Nigerian, so I got the best of both worlds. But my dad was like a real nice Nigerian man. Like he wasn't the typical Nigerian dad. He was like.
We're gonna get into it.
Yeah, he was really nice. He was really polite, and he wasn't like strict. So,
Okay.
but I was raised, I would say, from my American side the most. But I have both experiences. So yeah, but like I said, I moved around. So yeah. But I have 2 sisters. I have 2 older sisters. I'm the youngest girl.
Okay.
So.
From both parents?
Yeah. From both parents.
Okay, cool.
I forgot to ask you.
Oh
you have
yeah,
siblings?
yeah. My parents also like was a Nigerian man. He was married a lot. So I have like older siblings that are like older than me. Like I would say like 20 years older. No, my oldest sibling is like I think like 15 years older than I am.
Okay.
And it's like though my parents together, I'm the oldest, and I have 2 little sisters.
Okay.
My parents apart. My mom, I'm the second. And my dad, I'm like the 5th. I think.
How many kids your dad got?
7. Yeah.
You saw his eyes.
My grandpa.
That we know. 7 that we know of too.
Oh,
My grandpa
wow.
had 7. So
7+.
my mom, her side,
Yeah.
it was 7.
That's also my mom. We got like 7.
Yeah.
I feel a lot about older like parents always have like 7. It's always like 7 kids, 6
family.
kids. Yeah, big
You know,
family.
I'm about to say something that's a little OC, right?
Oh, God,
Right?
here we go.
Like,
About to start already.
I think about this sometimes. Like when our grandparents, right? They got mad kids. And I just be thinking, I'm like, okay, there was no technology back then. Like there was a lot.
So that's all they was doing. So they needed to entertain themselves
You gotta
somehow.
think about it though, like
Were there no activities to do? I mean,
it's not even that. Like they live in it's a different, and that's
It's
why
a different
like,
mindset. too.
traveling showed you like we look at certain things as luxuries or happiness and stuff. They look at certain things from a different perspective as like, you know, I'm happy and comfortable, you know, living this way,
Right.
and, you know, being able to provide and, you know, work and everything. Like, you know, you go to like the DR, you see somebody on the street selling food and he's like the happiest person in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
And you come here, somebody got Ferraris and stuff, and
They stress the fuck
want to
out.
shoot themselves in the
Yeah.
head. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, people
Just give me
just
the
Just the
Ferrari.
different
Yeah,
culture
it's just-
difference,
That's true.
yeah,
times difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I used to just think that they just weren't educated. I just used to think they were getting carried away. They didn't even know how they were having kids.
right.
That's what I thought. I was like, maybe they just didn't know how they were having kids.
But then again,
how kids were coming about.
That's
like,
the world they live
It was
in.
just
That's the world they live in. You
Right.
know,
I also
have
feel like
kids,
that's
have a family. you
There was
know,
no
provide,
contraception.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, literally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, get married, have kids, have a family, provide for the kids and the family.
Right.
You know, that's the world they lived in.
Also, I say like having a lot of kids help with the household. So when you have a lot of kids in those type of countries, like they work and they provide for that household as well.
Right,
So
right,
that's
right,
why
right.
they're like having other kids is not a problem. They're gonna help out because the oldest is gonna take care of them anyway.
I think they be counting on the probability of people to take care of them when they get older. They're like, if I have 5 kids, at least one of them got to take care of
No facts.
I mean, a village, like they say,
Yeah.
village raised.
With family.
And that's the biggest thing in the culture, and then especially like I can't say I think African cultures, you have kids that eventually when you take care of them, they take care of you.
yeah. But I feel like that's how it's supposed to be with any culture. Like
But
your
we don't
parents
got that.
raise you.
Yeah,
if
we
they
don't
raise
got
you
that.
well. You know what I'm saying? They raise you
Yeah.
well. Like that shouldn't even be something your parents should have to ask of you. Like that should just be a given.
We don't
Yeah.
got that
Like, where
type
your kids
of
are.
community.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Unfortunately.
You're right.
That village gone out the window like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's sad.
You got all,
Unfortunately.
you know, all these homes.
That's because like
and
we
stuff.
grow up now. Like we grow up. We want to get out of our parents' house. So like if we're ready to do that like at early 20s. Like if you're able to do it at the age of 20, 21, you're getting the fuck out your parents' house. You know what I mean? So like it's different. Like a lot of people can't. A lot of people don't want to stay with their parents for that long.
Yeah, foreign parents want you to stay though.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
They do,
Yeah.
and you should want to
Yeah.
because if you're an adult, like I don't know, if I had that luxury, I stay with my parents.
Yeah.
I would stay with them and I save all my goddamn money.
No, people be like, how do you travel? I'm like, living at home. That's literally number one.
You gotta take advantage of that. If you have parents who are, what's this word?
Lenient.
That and if you just have that luxury to stay with your parents at this age, use it.
Yeah, girl.
Like, use
I'm calling you girl, child. I say that too.
There's
Like,
nothing wrong with that, bro.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Use it.
Yeah. Now that I'm in that position where I'm like 100% independent, I'm like,
It's
if
like,
I could go back
and drive your own car and do what you want to do when you want to do it, but it's like, if you gotta think of, I think long term. Like, if I'm able to stay with my parents, I save a lot of fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I could do so much. I could put my money in so many other things. Like,
But you do understand,
your
like,
future, basically.
the average person is still not saving that money, even if they do.
That's what I said for me. That's what I said for me.
Yeah.
That's what I said for me.
Nah, I save a lot of money. Food, like.
Yeah. Now that I've learned, I will save if I was staying with the parent. But back, when we were there, we was blowing it.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's a culture thing, because both my parents they're still together, and they told me like in their culture, the kids don't usually move out to like near 30 type shit. So like in this culture, in the Western culture, it's like once you start, popping your shit, like you are an adult and everything, it's like, all right, start paying this, start finding your way out the house. Yeah. But in our culture, like
your parents ain't kicking you out.
They're not kicking you out
unless you want to go out. Yeah.
Because for one, it's already like known, like logically, like 2021, you're just finishing school, like you don't really got anything going for you most of the time, like you don't got it figured out. And for two, they understand, like it's almost like with communities in the Asian culture, like they take care, or the Hispanic culture, they work together to take care of each other.
Yes, they do.
They work together as a family. So like having your kids grow up and be in the house with you, they also contributing to build the family up and everything.
It'd be like 3 or 4 generations living in one house.
And they all making it work and all working together.
It's a common goal to support each other.
So that's why it's like, it's a culture thing. Like here it's like, you grown, like get up out the house and I did what I needed to do as a parent, or you think you grown now, like start paying. It's like,
you're right.
But I think our generation, we think about like mental health. We were like, our parents stress us out. We want to leave because we want to make sure we are taking care of ourselves mentally.
I think parents will stress you the fuck out.
Like when you talk, I feel like as soon as you talk about like the mental stuff into like our parents' generation, it goes right over their head.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean mental? Get a job, nigga. Like that's all they tell you. Like,
you need to be paying some bills.
You need to start paying some bills. You going to college? Nah, what you want to do with your life?
Yeah.
As soon as I remember, like,
mental, get a job.
Yeah, I remember like, I wasn't when I graduated high school. It was one of my older sisters. My dad was like, "You going to college or you getting the F out?" And that's just how they want to treat. I'm not gonna say all of them. That's how some of these parents just want to treat their kids. Like as soon as you get the age, you getting the right F out because like y'all start saving money.
Some parents retire their kids though. You kids,
Fast.
You're not contributing to the household. Like you coming and leaving.
Well, 19, 20, you don't got a job. You just run up the electricity, playing at P5 or doing whatever you're doing. Like,
I mean, but whose fault is that? That the kid like 19, 22 years old, not got no job, not going to college, making beats for nobody. Like what are they doing? Like, whose fault is that?
Yeah.
That is true.
No, but you make a good point though. That's a good point.
Yeah, my mama tried it. She tried to she every so often she was like, "Oh, I think you could pay a little rent, right?" I'm like, "Girl, no. If I'm gonna pay rent, I'm leaving. I'm not paying you anything. If I'm gonna pay for something, I'm leaving. I'm not paying. I'm not paying you."
Do that to her?
What you mean?
I mean,
she was paying just fine.
Like she didn't need your money.
Yeah, she didn't need it for the whatever 24, 20, whatever, however many years I was there. She was doing just fine.
Was your mom? Sorry, mom. Was your mom annoying? Every mom. Not mom was me, but like did she give you your
freedom?
Yeah,
your freedom, your space. You know what I mean?
She gave me my freedom and my space because I was the youngest, so it was kind of like I'm the youngest. She don't really have time to worry about what I'm doing anymore. But there was definitely just some feminine strain happening. Some women have great relationships with their mom, but we definitely had one of those too much feminine energy happening at the same time. So yeah,
I think I had
I
a
was
little
raised
sweet
it.
growing up because I had two sisters and I'm the middle child.
Are you the only boy?
I am.
Oh,
Yeah, you had real sweet.
The boys always got it. You had a
Middle child, only boy.
Yeah, my mom was very chill with me, but at the same time, I got the least attention. But thank God I'm not a madman. So like I was always, you know what I mean? I was always chilling. I didn't cause her no headaches. Like I was always chilling. But
And I feel like guys get it a little different. Well, women get it the different treatment from guys, cause like.
In like what aspect though?
Huh?
In like what aspect?
Cause.
their parents.
All right, so you're a middle child, right?
Yeah.
So I'm the oldest.
I'm the baby of mine.
And you're the baby, and I'm the. So we're guys, and then with women, I tend to hear a lot, and also with experience with my sisters, like it's they can't get their own space, or they complain about their parents annoying them and all that. Where it's like with me, I mean, maybe I'm blessed with some understanding Nigerian parents, but.
No, boy, I feel like boys, period, have a better relationship.
Y'all can get away with murder.
I agree with that. I think boys
because
in general.
I'll say this: my parents were strict, but as I grew up and I displayed a lot of great characteristics.
They trusted you.
Not only that, but also with my I guess way of
upbringing.
Yeah, with my way of thinking and everything, I just had to put my foot down in a sense in certain things. Where it's like, I would when around the like 18 or 20 years old when they were still trying to like, hold me down and everything, and I'm off at college and everything doing who knows what and everything. But I'm like, mom, dad, like, I've gone to this point in my life where I'm doing everything y'all wanted me to be doing, and I'm doing everything that I would like to do for myself, and it's keeping me on the right track of where I want to be and everything. You just gotta have to trust that,
So you had that conversation?
Yeah. I told.
So you basically told them relax.
It was multiple times though.
Oh, okay.
My mom is the type of woman, like, she don't get her way, she will make her presence felt, and I'm like.
How did this conversation happen though? Like,
How
did you?
I know it sounds
Because-
really like we sat down and talked over
because-
dinner.
Yeah, like how did you can't be like, mom, leave me alone.
One thing my mom would do is like, if I'm out, right, she would blow up my phone like, why are you out so late? Like, And I'm
While
like,
you were in school?
Huh?
While you
No,
were
like when not when I was in school.
Oh, when you were
like,
still in
while
the
I was
house.
home and
Oh, so
everything,
you
I'd
put
be
your
like,
foot down while you were still in the the
Yeah,
house,
high
like
school?
before college.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, not like that. Not like that. But I told him, like, look, like, I'm 18 and I'm not saying I'm grown, but a lot of the stuff, like parties and stuff, happen at night. They don't happen during the day where we're holding your hand and you bringing us, to see our parents. Like, they happen at night. So it's like, you gotta understand, like,
I'm gonna be out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be outside.
Now, when
Okay,
it came
got
to
you.
when I was in college and I was coming home and going out, like my mom would be blowing my phone up too.
Oh no,
and
not
everything.
in college.
And I had to tell her, and I had to sit her down a couple times, tell her, look, doing that does not help me because for one, that gives me anxiety. For two, you gotta trust that I'm gonna make the right decisions.
Yeah.
Like, you can't hold my hand forever. You know. So
This is a great experience as a Nigerian child to have that.
I'm saying it in a way like y'all say it like it was easy, but it wasn't. It just I'm a person, I have patience. And I guess I could say I have more patience than others. Where people just like, oh, I can't take it anymore, I'm gone. But like, I was
You
able
were
to work with
respectful
them,
about it.
them, because then again, like, I'm living in their house, I'm not paying rent and everything, so it's like, look, I appreciate everything, but also I'm a grown man, so y'all gonna have to respect me being a grown man as well as I respect y'all being my parents.
Okay.
So we just
I think
came to
that's
common
very
ground.
important, though, to be able to have like a real conversation with your parents is very important. I feel like that's what I lacked growing up. Like I just had to. I say stuff in ways that like I don't know how to sugarcoat anything. Like I say things how
With
I
no
feel it.
tact.
Right.
Yeah, I say how I feel it. So like I say stuff and it will come off a little disrespectful, but like
Little?
at least my
Very little.
Little?
very
Very
my intention. It's just like, that's just how I feel. But at the end of the day, I'll be satisfied because my point got across.
But like, also I learned a lot, like, and I guess from my parents too, like a lot of the things you say when you're filled with emotions, at times you don't mean it. You might not mean it, or you might not mean for it to come out like that. So like when I'm angry at what they did, or I'm upset, like my mom did that, right? Blowing my phone up and everything, you know, I would come home and, you know, it would annoy me, but I would sleep. I would try to calm down, try to sleep on it, and then wake up tomorrow coming up with a game plan on how to address it. Like, you know, next day when I'm, you know, chilling and everything, like, hey, like last night when you was doing that made me feel this way, you know, and, you know, I'm your son. So me being your son and everything and all the things you've done for me and the good things you hear about me, why don't you trust that? You know.
Wait, so when they were blowing up your phone, were you answering or you were ignoring it?
I was answering it. So I was like, look, she would want to know when I'm coming home. I don't know when I'm coming home. You know?
Okay.
Wait, what time is this? Is
I
this like 11 p.m. or like 2 a.m.?
This is like 12:30.
Okay, 12:30.
No. This is like when she's about to go to sleep. So she could be going to sleep at like 11 and want to know why am I still out.
Some parents can't sleep unless their kids are home.
Yeah. So she was like, what is that? So I was like, all right, I call her. And then after an hour, she'll text me, are you ready to come home? No.
Now are you ready to come home?
Like
No,
a baby.
not yet.
Are you picking?
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, it's not like I was ignoring her, but I let her know, like, you know, what's going on and everything. But
I don't
like
know if you said this. Are you the only child?
No,
The
I have
oldest.
I have three siblings.
Wait,
Oh.
like your youngest? Are they
you're
like
the- you're the
girls or
oldest?
boys?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you have that. You kind of have that one up though, where you can set those boundaries.
Because nobody else fucked up, so it's
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like came to them with facts. Like, look at my track record. Like,
I've never been suspended. I never suspended.
You know, I go to church with y'all and everything. So just understand that I'm growing and I'm gonna trust me to make the right decisions. You know, just trust me and look at how far I've came. Like,
So they were receptive.
not at first.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
said, it was after,
They were Nigerian
as
first.
time, yeah. Like my dad, that's why me and my dad connect, because he already know what it is. It's my mom. Because, and another thing is there's a cultural difference there, because my dad had been in the U.S. 15 years before my mom had been. So my dad,
So he was hip.
my dad was already like hip and everything, and my dad also went to school here, like in college, was
Okay.
in the dorm and everything.
Oh,
So he already know.
Oh, so he's real Americanized.
Yeah, basically. So
Okay.
my mom, she went to school in the dorm back in Nigeria. And she came,
That dorm is different.
like,
Gotta get
he
home,
kind of understand a little bit more, like, you know, okay, like, yeah, but like my mom is kind of like, you know, too much CNN. I see all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
So where
I had
are
a
you?
dream.
You know, yeah.
Yes,
dream.
no, really, I had a dream.
So I've had like 3 dreams.
Right. So
My parents have the same dynamic though. Like my dad went to college out here, and he's so much more
Yeah.
relaxed than my mom. Like
Right.
my mom went to school back home, but she'd be like, I don't know what's going on out there. It's like, like
Yeah, they just pay attention to a lot of, like, my
But
mom
like you
pays
said,
attention
that's
to
why
a
it's
lot
like
of-
good for your parents to trust you as a person. Like you
Yeah.
you trust yourself, so you trust you raise a person that has a brain, right?
Right.
Like trust that I'm not gonna be out here
Right.
making dumb ass decisions. Like just
Right.
chill.
Right.
But I get it. Like you're a parent. Like my kids are.
You can never stop worrying. But-
Once you have a kid, bro, their safety is like all you can think about.
Right.
Like,
Well,
But
that is very mature of you
fine.
to have a
And-
conversation, because I didn't have a conversation. I just pushed the boundaries. And
Yeah, like everyone
she
else.
followed.
Yeah.
And then also, you gotta understand, I compromise
Yeah,
too.
sometimes you do when they
So like, I
DMs you.
compromise with my mom. I'm like, look, there's nothing wrong with you checking in on me. Like, there's absolutely, like, understand, there's nothing wrong with you texting me. Like, where are you? Like, how you doing and everything. That's fine. If you do that and I give you an answer of, I'm here, I don't know where I'm gonna come home, but I am fine, I am good. Just trust that.
I would
You
never
know.
do that.
Just try, huh?
I would
You said
never
you-
do that.
But
What? That's
you gotta
giving them too
understand.
much? What?
But you got.
I just never responded, to be honest.
You said you never do that.
I never responded.
So you would ignore.
My mom would text me. I was just like, oh, my phone's off.
So you were alive?
That's not a lie.
Wow.
But like with my mom.
That was
man.
after I came back home, though. So that's what it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because remember, I
Okay.
left for Texas for 3 years. Yeah.
But like I said, my mom wasn't responsive immediately. But after time, it's like, all right, she checking up on me. I tell her I'm doing this, cool, woo woo, and then it's like it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she'll go to sleep or. Yeah, nowadays she don't even hit me up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I just do me and she just know I'm gonna come home.
Do you
So
miss-
outside
do you
of-
miss that now?
Huh?
Do you miss that now? You miss
Hell
her?
no.
That's actually a good
you?
question. That's actually a good
Why would
question.
you?
Do I miss it?
No.
He's trying to think back to them times when he was getting his phone blew up.
No.
So at first, my mom would blow my phone up, and she would like be up.
that.
My mom would be up like waiting for me, like, oh, I couldn't go to sleep. And now when I come home, they be dead asleep. Like, I'm like, dang, nobody cares. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Nobody even called me.
Right.
No, I said, where you at?
Right.
Sheesh.
Right.
And the alarm be going, like it be loud. I'm like, y'all didn't even wake up with.
Right.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
What would kill me sometimes, like I go wild, I go do something, I come home like maybe like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I go in the kitchen, that's like the first place I go into. I see them got a full spread of all the food. I'm like, did y'all bring me something? No.
You was out. You missed out.
Now they see you like, you gonna be a grown ass man.
You should have brought us
You a grown
something.
ass man.
I went to a family cookout. Yeah. Y'all ain't tell me? No.
Yeah, that transition definitely happened in my house where I was expected to bring home food for my mom.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like when you go out.
I could not bring home food and not have nothing for my mom. I would eat in the car. Be like,
No, but it makes sense. Think about it. As a kid, imagine your parents bringing food home and they don't bring any food home. You'd be like,
But when you got a big
Damn,
family, bro, I have like 5, 6 people. Like I'm supposed to. I walk in like, does anybody want any? Please don't say no. I want to eat this.
you try to hide the food and stick in your room.
Yeah.
That's funny. as fuck.
But I was gonna tell you guys about the experience you said about your parents being here in the early years. My dad came here when he was super young, but he's the opposite. I think he came during like the crack epidemic. No, literally, he came in the 80s.
so he got real protective.
Yeah, so he's like overprotective. Like he's like super like he's like about like strict about everything. He's just like, don't be into drugs, don't do that. My mom is like the other one that grew up in Nigeria, and she's more like she lived in a dorm in Nigeria, and she's more like she knows my dad is so strict that she has to be the lenient parent because she knows like we're gonna fucking go insane. So she has to be like super lax and super chill, or like. But yeah, he's so strict that's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like when you have strict parents, like obviously, like if you have strict parents, you're creating sneaky children.
Definitely.
Because your kids, like I always say this, I'm like, there's so many things that our parents are never gonna know we did or went through growing up.
That's right.
Like, you know what I mean?
And they still not going to know. Not even today.
No, it's just something you have to take to the grave because like, and we have to have that same mindset for our when we hit with our kids. Like, there's gonna be a lot of things our kids, no matter
I
how
don't
you
wanna
try
know.
to control it, you can't. They're gonna go out into the world, they're gonna get their own jobs, they're gonna go to school, they're gonna do everything we did, and it's like. You're never gonna know, like that's just what I be trying to like point out to people. Like your kids are gonna do the same shit you did.
So what do you think? Words. What do you think you're going to do? What are things you think you can do to make your kid more open?
You have to be you have to be a very open-minded parent. Like you have to be willing to talk to your kid. Like you got to be able to have a conversation. Don't talk to your kids with such authority. Like they know you're the parent. They know you're the dad. They know you're the mom. Like you don't want your kid to like fear you.
When you say
Or they want to
authority,
hide shit from you.
when you say authority, like can you give me like an example?
Like
or them?
if my son does something bad, I don't wanna. My son's already scared of me as is because I'm his dad. So like his mom will say something, do something. And then she might have to ask him 4 times. I say it once, and he doesn't. So like, with his emotions, when he's emotional and he's crying, I don't want to treat him like I'm aggressive. I'm an aggressive nigga. That's just who I am. So like, and everybody in my household knows that. So when I say stuff like I mentioned earlier,
How many type of
Yeah, that's
dummies are in here?
Haram.
Haram.
Okay, so can you pass me the halal Snacks.
I've been squishing this. Are you sure I'm not changing those settings?
You know, it's interesting that you say your parents,
Okay.
like you had a conversation with them, because I feel like most African kids have to like
But
grab their freedom. Like I had to grab my freedom.
You know what's crazy? Let me finish what I'm saying real quick.
okay.
Like, that's what I'm trying to like have. That's the basic I want to have with my son as an African dad. Like, I want them to feel comfortable to be like, hey, dad, you know, maybe I'm going through this emotionally, or I went through this at school. Like, I want them to feel comfortable to come talk to me. I didn't have that growing up. Like, every battle I faced in my life, at school, mentally, emotionally, physically, like, I had to fight those battles alone.
So
Because I didn't feel comfortable talking to my parents about it.
So what would you do, and per se, if like your kid comes, let's say your kid comes home, and it's like your teacher his teacher tried to make him do something that's haram.
I'm going to the school.
Where I mean,
I need to speak to that teacher.
So what if the teacher?
It doesn't even depend.
Wait, what if the teacher is what?
Yeah.
Huh?
What you said? What if the teacher is what?
He wants you to eat gummy
Some
bears.
pork.
And the teacher offered, and my son said no, and tried to force it on him?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go
The
talk
problem
to
with the teacher.
Huh?
The problem
Yeah.
with the teacher.
Okay, that's why I want to see both people's reaction
I'm
to
going to go
towards
talk.
that.
I'm going to go talk.
Yeah, the problem
Because
with
some people wouldn't care. Like I told my I hate oatmeal cookies, whatever the hell it's called.
I love those with the icing on top.
My throat
The cream
already.
pies?
Yeah, I don't like those either.
No,
Yeah.
the cream
The
pies
cream
are
pies
cool
is
too.
Oh my
No,
God.
the joints. Are you talking about the hard ones?
sandwiches?
They're like
The
kind.
sandwiches.
Oh,
Yeah.
the sandwiches.
I like those. Yeah.
Oh,
I like those. That
I
was,
mean, those
chill.
are good.
I
but
don't have a
no.
couple.
But no, have y'all
I'm
had
questioning
the
your taste
ones,
buds.
the oatmeal ones that are kind of hard, but they kind of have a softness to them. They come in the row, and they're like hard,
that
but
look-
they have the icing on top.
not the icing.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my God.
Oatmeal with icing?
He about to throw
I'm
up.
gonna send y'all a picture.
That's in a picture.
Good point about speaking to the parents, to
Teacher.
me speaking to my parents. Some
Oh, I was saying like it's good to speak to your parents, but like I feel like most kids have to grab their like they got to do something. Like I had to wild out one time, and then after I did that, my parents were like, "Oh, she's gonna wild out, like, or she's gonna leave if we."
Keep doing
Yeah.
Because it showed them that like I'm independent. Like, yeah, y'all are telling me this because in my culture it's like you don't move out until you get married. And my mom was on some. I'm like, so I got my degree. Like I have a job. I don't really need to be here, but I know y'all want me here. Like even if it's just for the summer or something. Like I had to wild out and rebel.
Yeah.
And I feel like some people, because a lot of people, like y'all just did look at me crazy, like I really had a conversation with my parents. But I feel like some people also, not everyone, are afraid to talk to their parents because I won't say like, you know, I'm fearless. I'm fearless. I'm not saying that I needed to rebel or anything, but I was just fearless in the fact, and also logical in the fact that if I did something crazy or if I did something out of the ordinary, all it would just kind of like make my parents look at me like even more closely or not even really, they might not respond to what I'm trying to get across. So that's why I kind of took that route of just kind of just, you know, you kind of got to work with them type,
Yeah.
you know, teach them too.
But I feel like that
But-
speaks to
Your parents, yeah. 'Cause my parents are not that. Well, my dad is, but it was my mom, and she's like, this is not recording, right? I'm like, oh, it is.
Yeah.
I'll show my mama this. No, but like, my mom is like super traditional and like
Right.
kind of like what Keisha was talking about, like the feminine energies kind of, you know, clashing. Yeah. So damn, I'm
That's
like
bound to
chewing
happen,
these
though.
gummy
But you know,
worms.
But that, the boys
My
go through
mom-
that
That's
too,
not
though.
to happen
My mom
because you're
was-
a grown woman now.
My mom
Yeah.
was very traditional, but I think another thing was my saving grace was my dad.
Right.
Yeah, I think yeah.
My dad, if I couldn't, there was times where I couldn't. Me and my mom, it would, like I said, it's not perfect, so it would get heated between me and my mom and everything. But you know, my dad was also there to like at times calm me down, and I talk to him and try to get him to understand where I'm coming from, and he may be able to translate it better to my mom than how I would be able to translate it to her. And then we'll come together and just talk it out, just like, hey, this is all I'm trying to get across. Like, you know, It's not that I don't want you checking up on me or anything, but don't overdo it. Overdoing it is the issue.
A call and a text follow up is fine.
Yeah, that's enough. But when you overdoing it, that raises me. That makes me not feel comfortable where I'm at, what I'm doing, and everything.
Really, what it probably made you feel like was that she doesn't trust you. Because like, why are you blowing me up like that?
Exactly. I mean, like I said, too much CNN, too much news, all this stuff going on. So it's like,
I know you saw that post of the dad with his hands behind the back watching CNN.
Yeah. So it's like, and with that, and just like with her lifestyle is coming in by like midnight, and went to her little function. She's in by midnight. My lifestyle is more so I'm in like 3 a.m. You feel me? So my night don't end like hers. And me and her are two different types of people.
Right.
So like, it was just work over the years to finally get to this point.
Do y'all think the way y'all was raised kind of molded y'all to the woman that y'all are right now?
For sure.
Definitely.
So you thank your mom for that?
So what significantly?
What exactly
molded y'all into the women y'all are today from y'all childhood or y'all upbringing?
I think the clashing helped me be more independent. Like, I'm super independent right now. So I think that the clashing and the not babying, because, we all have our whatever gripes about how we were raised, but I feel like overall I turned out pretty okay. So I feel like sometimes
turned out damn good.
Yeah. Thank you. So I feel like sometimes the things that like I used to think that I lacked in how I was brought up helped me just kind of figure it out myself. And I feel like figuring stuff out by yourself it could be a good thing.
That's adulting for real.
Yeah.
You learn from your mistakes and
I think it helped. I think the lack of what I was lacking helped me be more independent, and that's, like you said, that's adulting. That's what you need to know how to do. So
there's like something that can come from like learning lessons and stuff like that. So I'm gonna ask a question for everybody. Would you let your kids touch the stove when it's on?
What?
Would you let your kids touch the stove when it's on?
I think so. How old is the kid?
3, 4.
Oh, no.
But you call it CPS, like why you?
I'm not saying turn it on, go touch the stove. I'm saying like the stove is on. You see the kid from the side of your eye getting too close to it.
Don't touch that. No, I'm not gonna tell him.
He might have to learn the lesson by himself. Don't touch the stove.
That's a little extreme.
I got my birthday like that.
That's extreme.
If I see what you're saying metaphorically, but.
In that moment,
that's OC.
I mean, okay, hold on, wait. I'm saying, the point that I was trying to make is like some lessons, like you kind of let them have up for them to do it.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah. But the example, The example,
I'll admit the example might have been out of
It's a little extreme, but I get your point. I get your point.
Yeah. So how about you? What in your childhood molded you into being the woman you are today? What is it, a specific thing or thing you went through or what you was doing?
I don't know. My parents were at one point when I was like a teenager, they didn't get along really well. So I was the one like that saw everything. But so that made me, as a kid, I didn't like my mom. I thought like my mom was, I didn't know what bitch meant as a kid. But that's what I felt. I was like,
she doesn't mean that. She doesn't. She said she used to.
Yeah, as a kid, I didn't know. That's what I felt towards my mom. I didn't like her. I was like, I kind of felt like that whole clash. And like, I thought I was the only child at one point.
Doesn't have YouTube, right?
No, she doesn't. But it's like, I felt like, she used to like, so my dad used to like, my mom and I used to live in Nigeria. My dad used to come visit. And when I used to see my dad, it was very like, we kind of fought for his attention low key. It kind of sounds sick, but it was it was more like we didn't spend, like he was there for 2 weeks. So like I want to be with him all the time. They had things they had to do like when they're together. So I'm like, so as a kid, I didn't really like my mom for that sake. And I felt like she didn't want me to get like, my dad used to try to give me whatever I want. And she used to hate on me. That's what I thought. But this is a kid mentality. But when I got older, I was like, so my parents used to fight a lot. And I felt like me and my mom became super close, and I really understood her. And like we talked about feelings about how like things she went through as a kid. My mom is not really social, and I'm very social, so we didn't really get along in that sense. And she's had the social child. So when she told me like the stories about why she like what she went through in boarding school in Nigeria, and how she had to basically fight every day So she kind of like, she was like, she had to fight every day because.
Like fist fight?
Yeah, because like, like a lot of people used to rape people back there in boarding school a lot. But I mean, it's the truth. And she felt like she had to be really tough because so people don't fuck with her. And she's like, had to fight people because there's I don't know if you know about like boarding school. It's very seniority like. So if you're the oldest, you can tell the younger kids to do whatever you want. And you have to kind of stand your ground or people will keep taking advantage of you. So she told me like, this is why she is the way she is. And she can't really express herself emotionally. And I feel like my dad should tell me what he went through because I feel like I understand him better. But my mom telling me that, like telling us about her childhood stories, I feel like that made me like understand her way more. And it's like, make sure like you have to tell your kids like the truth and like tell them like why you are the way you are.
For sure. I agree with that one.
Because parents like they like to hide. They like to hide stuff from their kids, and I'm like, bro, that's not how you build a healthy relationship with your kids. Like if you want your kids to like really like confide in you and stuff, you gotta be real with them.
The trust goes both ways.
And sometimes they never tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But
they tell you a little bit of it, or
which is fine.
or they sugarcoat it, or whatever they do with it. But
but for me, like my mom now she's starting to tell me the truth a little bit, but I still feel like there's certain things that I will never know about. But I'm finally now at my big age, like just getting to the point where I'm realizing that like your parent is a human too with that was given the role of being your parent. So your parents have their own life to live too. So there's a lot of things that I was upset about and I was harboring and all of that, but she's still a person that's living her own life too. So it's just certain things you got to just give grace about. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask y'all something. Go ahead, Maria. Go.
How about you?
That's such a deep question, but I mean, what was the question again?
So your upbringing, like, what was significant in your upbringing that shaped you into who you are today?
I was just trying to think about the wording, but I don't know. I feel like again, my mom was super traditional, super strict, but I mean, looking back on it, like I wouldn't change nothing for real, because I actually feel like I have a lot of like good qualities that she has that I would never know until people are like, oh yeah, like you're just like your mom. And I'm like, wait, what? Like my mom is super hospitable. See, like she be telling me that. Like my mom's super hospitable. Like she's generous. Like she, I don't know how to explain my mom, but she's a good person. She's a good woman. So I feel like she's definitely rubbed off on me. And then they like, even seeing my mom go through things, like she be making jokes and cracking up, and I feel like I've taken that from her. And then also my dad being there. You know how you were like, your dad kind of softens. You didn't say it just like this, but
translate kinds of better than I would.
Yeah.
My mom.
Yeah, I feel like my dad and my mom have a good balance because she's like rah rah rah. My dad is like the opposite. I mean, literally, she's rah rah rah.
Yeah, but like my dad, like he's not. Excuse me, Dad. My dad, he was like the rah 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 type. My mom, she was very. My mom. My mom, she was like the more understanding one, but she is like the worst case scenario thinker one. Like if when I left to go to Texas, it's like, you better call me every night. Watch me not do that. I'm not doing that.
A little insane.
Yeah, like you'll see me when I come back home in September. That's what's gonna happen. But like stuff like that. So something that I wanted to ask is like, I heard you say that you're a social worker. So what led you down that path?
So I decided. Whoa. Like, not too much.
Not the shit.
I decided to be a social worker because ultimately I wanted to be a therapist. So, dang, I feel like I could tell so many stories why, but big picture wise, I would say I saw that mental health wasn't really a thing in my community, like specifically for Africans. So I was like, I want to make it a thing. And it's just as important as our physical health. Everybody always talking about the aches and pains and stuff they have. Like this like rules our body. So I was really into like holistic health, I feel like at a young age, and it just kind of like fell. And even when I wanted to do it, like my mom was like, oh, like that stuff makes you crazy. Like you do, and I was like, this is literally, yeah. It's like you start talking to those people, you start thinking like them. Like, and I'm just like,
African mentality.
y'all need some therapists up in here. But,
Yeah.
but now today, I feel like since I became one, my parents are like, that person needs, we all need therapy. We all need therapy. I'm like, yeah.
But it takes one person to open that door. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's closed. Africans specifically are closed-minded when it comes to that topic because, like I mentioned last episode, you guys obviously weren't there, but I mentioned this last episode. I was like, Africans are quick to call somebody crazy. You know what I mean? They're very quick to call somebody crazy, and it's like, okay, well, that's just your perception of them. What's really wrong with them? Like, you don't know what battles you're facing. Like I mentioned, everybody. We all have different walks in life.
Yeah.
Like everybody handles and perceives things differently. Like
There's a root to everything.
Your car might break down right now, right? And my car might break down. But I don't know what you're battling. You could be battling a number of other things, and this car breakdown is just the one that does it for you. This could be my first rodeo. You know what I mean? So everybody, you just really never know what people are going through in their personal life, and like I said, everybody handles it differently. So
Yeah.
mental health is very important, especially like Liz mentioned last episode, especially for like black men. I'm not saying any less for black women. Like we all need, therapy, I guess. But I think it's really like a thing that black men should.
I mean,
really
yeah,
consider.
they're not like the number one client, so
Yeah.
it is a necessity, especially
Yeah.
for black men.
Wait, Tom, do you guys watch Atlanta?
Yeah.
You guys don't watch Atlanta?
Watch Atlanta.
I
Yeah.
don't.
The show Atlanta.
Yeah. Did you watch the last season about Paperboy? And when that happened to Paperboy, where he basically like almost died, and they called
Oh,
him,
yeah.
and he was like, "What's up?" He's like, "Nothing." And we're like, "Bro, you almost died."
Yeah.
Like and it was just like it just showed like black men don't talk about anything. Like they went
Is it
with
like
each
a
other.
reality show?
Yeah.
No,
It's Childish Gambino's show.
Yeah. It's like
Or
it's like,
Donald
add it to your
Glover.
list.
Yeah, it's a good
I'm
show. It's a
It's
little
a
weird.
very-
List for TV shows. I haven't started one. I haven't started one.
it's a satire type show. Like it's a lot of like stuff that it's funny and like it's supposed to be funny, but also mixing reality with
Yeah.
the funny.
Is it like dark humor a little bit?
Yeah,
But it's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
realistic. It's
Yeah.
The main course is here. The main course is here.
just not the main course.
Appetizers.
Not appetizers.
Wow. Appetizers? Wow.
Bro, we've been very peaceful these last couple of days. You about to
Right.
Oh, you gonna stir it up?
You're gonna see what Leonard had to say about you. You're gonna see what Leonard had to say about you.
Oh yeah, he was talking mad shit.
He was.
No, yes, I have it. I just don't like it.
He like, nah, I gotta own up to it.
My feelings.
Oh, you don't have any feelings. Oh, calm
My
down.
feelings are hurt.
But yeah, we were talking about black men and mental health, right?
Khalifa, so you need to go, right?
Oh.
Go in.
Alright, so let's spice it up, I guess. So let's talk about dating.
Oh.
My next,
I said ho.
my
Oh,
next
okay.
question was gonna kind of lead into that. I was gonna ask you guys all grew up in two-parent households?
Nah.
No.
I did, yeah.
No.
You did for no.
I
you
did
said
for like
you
I did it for a little bit, yeah.
And then
Barely. Mm-mm.
okay.
Yeah, single.
Do you guys think that witnessing that would have? Well, you did witness it. Okay, for you, and you witnessed it for a little bit,
Yeah.
and you didn't at all.
I mean, up
For a little
until like
bit.
the age of like 6, 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Too young to understand, but you see both parents. But do you guys think like okay, whether you experience it or not, do you think that has anything to do with the way you perceive relationships as an adult?
Seeing both of my parents be together, I feel like my parents are super African and traditional, so I feel like
You don't really see their emotional side.
they're riding until the wheels fall off.
Right.
Like they've been married for 36.
Do you ever see them
37.
be emotional together?
Do you mean like fight?
Well,
No,
I mean,
like,
hug.
yeah, intimate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad is like worships the ground that my mom walks.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I feel like
period.
he like is like happy wife, happy life, like.
Honestly, I think a lot of parents, a lot
swear to
of
God,
families
once you
like
get
that
married,
works.
that's how it is.
That's how it should work.
Because again, I told y'all my mom is rah rah, so my dad be like,
He's like,
Yeah.
I don't want
Whatever keeps
no
you
drama.
quiet.
Yeah.
no stress. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me,
But you didn't answer my question though.
oh,
What was the question?
I said, how did that like?
Translating relationship.
Yeah.
Oh.
For you.
I mean, I guess I feel like a nigga should keep me happy.
To work to the ground you work on.
So, okay.
I
Would
mean,
you
Ask
want
another
to get
question.
something
Hold
like?
on, can you repeat that?
Yeah, say it with your chest, yo.
I mean, yeah, like seeing the way my dad has treated my mom, I feel like I have a certain standard for the niggas that I talk to.
So you would
Definitely.
want the same thing.
Yeah, like the same type of. Yeah,
Right.
I do.
So has every dude you've ever spoken to, have they owned up to that standard? Well, let me not even say that, not spoken to. Every dude that you've entertained, have they kind of like, did they earn your attention? Or were you just bored?
So I don't really date people out of boredom. I feel like I seldomly do that, or even just like text people out of boredom. But I'm single, right? So, I mean,
Why you
sipping like that?
I'm gonna let you answer the way you feel you need to answer.
I mean, yeah, that's. I don't feel like I need to elaborate anymore, right?
No pressure. What about you, Ronka?
So like when I think so I grew up in a household where my dad was like the sole provider. My mom barely worked growing up. So I saw like how he used that and manipulated that. So sometimes when I date guys, I don't like, or like when I make a relationship, I don't care about the money aspect of it because I feel like I saw the negative part of it. And sometimes I fight with like needing a man to lead and take care of the household and versus like being an independent woman because I feel like I see like both sides. I'm like, I don't want to be that weak woman that lets the guy take care of everything. And when things fall apart, like you have nothing at that point.
Right. That's a good mentality to have because you can be an independent woman with a man.
Yeah.
Right? But on that same token, like if that's the kind of guy that you're with, that he wants to take care of everything, but you still have your job, that's cool. Then that's cool too.
Yeah.
But like I feel like no woman should put all her eggs in one basket. Like don't bank on your man to do everything because Lord forbid this man gets sick or injured or whatever the case may be and he can't provide for you. Is that gonna like lead you to leave him and start looking for the next man to provide or
In marriage or in dating?
What do you mean for marriage? Like, are you gonna? Because you're already used to somebody paying all your bills, and say this has been going on for 2 years, 3 years. Now you're used to it. You're used to sitting at home and chilling and doing what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
Now this guy's injured, be paying your bills.
Wait. Chilling at home and doing what the fuck you want to do?
Well, a lot of women.
Is that what most she said?
A lot of women that don't work. What do they do all day?
Take
I
care of
don't
the
know.
kids,
What
cook,
if they don't have
clean.
kids?
Not necessarily true.
Yeah.
But the other part isn't true either, right?
No,
Two
I'm
things
saying,
can be true.
I think you're talking about like if they're married.
Oh, okay,
But
I am talking about.
Some people have kids with significant others and they're not married though, so it can go either way. But I'm just
I
saying.
think your dad is like, oh yes, you can do this, and your mom's like, no, you can't do this.
My dad would always like.
Side with your mom.
Well, I feel like now he does, and at first, me and my siblings would be like, why is he doing that? But at the end of the day, I'm like, you have to sleep with her at night. Like, you're not answering. Like, we're not in the house. But he always advises us on like how to kind of go around it so that I feel like my mom is happy, and then we're also like getting what we want to.
He doesn't do it in front of her, right? No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I feel like honestly, I feel like when I've seen like couple people our age, they maneuver. If you live in a 2-parent household, it's just kind of so real. Like you maneuver relationships very different than people that live in this 1-parent household.
Really?
Yeah. No, I feel like you can see even like I've seen people like dating. I'm like I can tell when people like live in a 2-parent household because they just operate a little different. Yeah.
Tell me
In
what,
which
tell
way?
me what. Yeah, I was about to say. Tell me what you notice. Like what differences do you see?
I just feel like I think like okay, like let's say a lot of us grew up in like a single mother household, and our mom was like we lived our. I mean, I don't know if everyone, but most people our age did, where their mom was like your dad is somewhere, whatever, anywhere, and you lived with your mom paid all the bills, and she did everything for you. And when you date somebody, I feel like you don't like. Okay, let's say for example for a guy, he doesn't know how to lead. Because you never experienced what it feels like to have a dad take care, like what you said about your whole dad, like how your dad did that for your mom, and he let her like he took care of the bills and she did everything. So if a guy that grew up in a single mother household hears that, he's like, that's crazy.
And this is not for all guys, but most.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it's like you're like, no, that's how I grew up. That's pretty normal. And if your brother, it's probably like, yeah, that's normal. Like of course I'm gonna take care of
Yeah,
my
my brother's
wife.
the same way.
Yeah,
like,
because that's that makes sense for him to be that way because that's what he learned, and then he said like that worked. So it's like, why would you like do something else if that worked already and made like your mom's happy? You gotta grow up with like 36 years of marriage. Like obviously that's a thing for a reason.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I get that.
Everything that we perceive or see the things or the way we understand things is rooted from how we were raised.
Right.
Because with the happy wife, happy life, I completely disagree with that. Because from my household, it was happy spouse, happy house. And in my household, we work together as a team. What helped me in my upbringing to become the man I am today is not only the family orientation that we had working together, like everybody, like, you know, where this person couldn't fill in, the next person could fill in, you know, things like that. Even to this day, like if we go out and it's like my dad's birthday or something, I might even step up and just, you know, front the bill. Or if it's my mom, I might even step up and do that. Like we don't necessarily put the burden on anybody on one specific person because already everybody got something going on that they got to deal with and everything. There's so much one person can handle.
Right.
So like I said, not only that, but also sports. Football is a big thing that a lot of people in my close circle know how much football helped shape me, because not only because of the sport, but it takes a team. It takes everybody working together to achieve success. Like success, how I define success is it's a team sport. So everybody has to work together for it to be successful. Like my household, I say, is very healthy, and I carried that with my relationship, with my friendships, because I'm the type of person, I don't want to, if I see you falling behind, I'm going to help you to try to pick you back up. Or if I'm falling behind and somebody sees it, I expect them to help me pick me back up. And with my parents, I saw a lot of their struggles, and I saw the way they handled themselves, and they really worked together as a team. And that's why, like, they're very not only comfortable being together, but they're happy being together, because they wouldn't
That's so beautiful.
find anybody else to do or understand their sides of my dad being the man and my mom being a woman, you know, who she is and everything.
But I feel like it kind of goes beyond just bills, cause like, my
100%.
mom won't pull her wallet out, but she makes sure my dad like has lunch or dinner to eat, cause my dad works at night. So like, my dad will even be like, yeah, your mom is so tired. Like he'll clean sometimes. So if my mom sees that my dad is struggling, she's like, oh, well, like you don't need to pick up an extra shift. Like she has her own money too. So she don't pay the bills, but it doesn't necessarily mean that she like has never given him. It's just not something that I've seen. But I'm sure if my dad was like but I'm sure if my dad was like falling behind, like
it's a give and take.
It's a give and take. And I also feel like my dad doesn't really want to show like I've seen him struggle, and it's like my mom could offer. Literally, I can hear her offering something, and he'll be like, "No, like it's an ego, it's an ego thing." But if it came down to it, like I know she's gonna do what she has to do. Yeah, like she's gonna do what she has to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's like, you know, like I said, for like my dad, like by default, he already take care of the mortgage and the bills and everything, and then my mom may chip in with a little bills here and there with groceries and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like it's we all, like my whole family work together. Like when I say it's not just my parents, but we all work together.
Y'all sound close, like close.
Yeah. Like, you know, because we have chemistry. Like we pray together, we talk together, we eat together on Sundays. Like it's like BMF. How they have that
family dinner.
Yeah, that family dinner. Like before BMF, it's crazy. Before I thought it was, you know, it's something that a lot of people I don't see doing, but my parents were doing it even before BMF came. So like when I saw BMF, I was like, wow, like that.
Everything can be dysfunctional, but y'all still get together for a family dinner.
But that part showed like that's what me and my family do. Like we do things together. Like, you know,
What's BMF?
What?
BMF?
Are you joking?
I know that's me too. I just
What's
didn't.
BMF?
Yeah.
What's BMF?
What Leonard didn't tell y'all was that he's not really black.
Yeah,
I mean,
Don't do
Well,
that.
he's gonna text me.
What do you mean by that?
BMF. The facts.
Wait. Are we joking or are we serious?
No, BMF was a group. It's a popular.
Hey, nobody.
No, but do you really not know what BMF is?
Of course I know what BMF is, but
Oh,
go ahead.
okay.
But I'm not saying like my family is. I'm not saying my family.
You got it.
Yeah. Look.
He don't.
But I'm explaining. He's being immature. But I'm explaining like it's that aspect of them coming together and like me and my family saw like we already do that, like we already come together, we make sure we eat together, we make sure we talk to each other, stuff like that.
Right.
And it's no leaving somebody behind. You know, we always.
You didn't answer the question. Is it a show or something?
It's a show.
It's a show, but it's
based
after
on that.
it's based that camera went on, but we
Let that camera go, bro.
But it's based. It's a Black Mafia family.
Okay.
So it's based.
I was
off
thinking
of-
Big Mama family. I'm not gonna hold you.
I mean, that works too.
Big Mama family.
Hey,
Big mama.
So just look up like.
No, he said Big Mama. He said Black Mama.
Oh, Black Mama.
Big Mama. Black Mama. Oh, he said. Oh, I thought he said Big Mama too.
Nah, bro.
But
I feel like my black card get tested right now.
But like I said,
That's a whole nother conversation. Cause what?
it's just working together. I feel like it's just the.
Y'all are a unit.
Yeah, we're a unit. Even when my parents fight, like I'm at the age now where I mediate. I mediate.
I'd be like, my name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
When it gets serious and like my siblings start getting scared and everything, like they was fighting and everything, I come mediate it. I'm like, what happened? And it be some stuff like.
You're just so responsible.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
What's your zodiac sign? You said what?
I'm a Leo.
Oh, Leo. Okay. You said
That makes sense though.
Okay, now I know why you're the middle.
Leo is like a big fight.
It was like, why would there be little things like my
Wait, hold on,
parents
finish
were
conversation
fighting
one more time.
over like it's so funny. But my parents, they were fighting over having their parents' picture in the living room.
over the dumbest.
Yeah, and it was like really going in it and everything. And I'm like, all right, so
That's what I want to fight
if y'all
about.
can't come to agree, let's take all the parents' photos and put them in the basement. Our family photos
I'm
here, so we can all live with that. And it was like, all right, cool, we did that.
Oh, that's
Wow,
a nice
okay.
compromise.
Yeah.
Put one and then one.
But the thing is,
There's only one spot.
My mom blew up her parents' phone. And then my dad
It was
has
competition.
only- and
The regular-
My dad's father died at a young age, so it was only his mom. So his mom's photos were like a bit smaller and behind some other photos. And already I was like, my mom was being like so unfair, but to try to just mediate, like since we can't agree which photo is which, just take them away and keep our photos, the immediate family photos.
That's probably
out.
that matters
That's a good
right now.
compromise.
Yeah.
And then so
Can't argue with
See,
that.
when my parents be fighting, I'd be like, y'all are stressing me out. They'd be like, we're not fighting. We're talking. We're talking. And it like calms them down.
African answer.
Yeah, like we're just talking. I'm like, all right.
What?
I don't think she
Right, almost
answered.
got
Let's run it back. What was the question? How did our upbringing affect
Seeing
relationships?
the parent, like
Yeah.
either the single parent or the two-parent household.
Well, yeah, my parents broke up when I was like 6 or 7, so I never really. Well, I saw the dynamic for a little bit. What
But you
I
still
did
had like a
see-
relationship with your dad. Like,
Yeah. So I feel like my parents, when they were together, the dynamic was my dad was the provider. But I feel like. What you giggling at?
yo,
No, y'all making faces at each other.
Y'all giggling at each other?
No, it was nothing like that.
y'all need to stop this boyfriend and girlfriend.
Boyfriend,
Pause.
is this normal? That's what y'all do?
If you watch the previous episodes, yeah.
child. Oh, they got a dynamic.
Y'all making eyes at each other?
I have a question for
They
you.
can't look at each other in the eye. They can't look at each
You
other
got
in
a
the eye.
question already?
Yeah,
What?
take our-
First of all, he's thinking about the zodiac signs. My gosh.
No, but But he's a Leo, which makes hella sense though.
No, but he wants to know why I believe in zodiac signs.
It's a real
Oh, we can
No, I
have,
agree
that's
with
a
him.
whole nother episode.
Yeah.
I agree with him though.
No.
Okay, but we're not talking about that right now.
Yeah,
Let you finish. Why you guys interrupt?
Hey.
It was going good.
Yeah, it was good. Sorry.
God.
All right, finish.
You remember when you were in school and your teacher was asking you all a question, and before they even answer the question, they would be like, put your hand down because you're not listening. That's what's happening right now, because you thinking about my zodiac sign, me believing in zodiac signs, while we talking about something else. But anyway.
Just call him.
I didn't listen to
He can't wait to. I know, hey, you was late.
Just cookie.
It got so quiet.
Your questions get answered last.
Late, like
Go ahead, Casey. Finish up.
Thank you. But no, I feel like my dad was the provider from what I did see when they were together. And I feel like his generosity, not even just with my mom, but with the family, I feel like I inherited that. So I can sometimes find me being the dominant one. Not that I'm the provider, but I don't depend on a man to really do anything. I want to be able to, but I've just built myself, I guess, the way that things happen, I've just become dependent on myself. So I don't really depend on anybody to do anything for me. I'm just here. And
Wait, what was the question?
was that a good thing?
I don't think that it's a good, or I think there's, pros and cons to it.
I'm sorry. I think as an adult, male or female, you should be able to provide for yourself.
Yeah.
Whether you have a significant other or not, you need to be able to provide for your goddamn self.
Yeah.
It's a luxury to not have to worry about it. It is a luxury.
Yeah.
But I understand where he's coming from.
What did he just say?
What was your original
Yeah,
question?
no,
was
he
good
said
or
that.
bad.
Yeah,
He said, is it a good thing though?
yeah, no.
What is a good
I mean,
No. But let her finish.
being
Let her
so
finish.
independent, he's asking if
Is that what you're
thing.
questioning?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
being so independent? Oh, okay, that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
I thought you were asking being an adult, being able to take care of yourself.
He said, girls, pay your own bills now.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Wild Out.
I think it's pros and cons.
Yeah.
I think that the dependability that I wish that I had more of was more being able to trust that people would show up for me rather than financially show up for me. So yeah, I'm definitely guarded with trusting that people will do what I would do. That's what has happened is I set the standard for what I do, and if you don't do what I would do, then I can't really listen to you. And that's where the cons come in, because I wish I was able to be more trusting, but I set my own standard for what I want based off of what I do. And if you can't meet that, then it's not enough for me usually.
I think that's fair.
I
That's
ain't gonna lie, I struggle with the same thing. So
Yeah.
you're not alone. Like, I struggle with the same thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's pros and cons to but yeah, so I think that I inherited that dependability factor from my dad rather than looking for that in a man.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean.
So now, but where you are, what qualities do you look for in a guy?
Wow. Well, right now, today, partnership. Just another level of support. Like I said, I wish that I was able to depend. I want to be able to lean on somebody else, but it's halfway me and it's halfway I haven't been running into people who are able to, do that. Right. So, yeah, definitely support partnership right now, today. Because I feel like I'm doing everything that I would really want to do by myself. If I want to elevate, I just feel like having someone else would just add on to that right now. So partnership more than anything.
Respect.
All right, Khalif, I think you can ask your question now.
Let other people.
What you got to say?
The zodiac sign.
Because you just came in the mix halfway.
Before we get to
Watch the episode.
Now he's going to be quiet for the rest of the episode.
Let's hear from the other lady before we get to So, what are things you look for in them? Are you single, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what are things you look for in them?
Honestly, right now, I don't know. Because I just feel like I'm not really into dating right now, which sounds like.
Are you even looking? Respect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm dating somebody right now, but I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I am dating.
thing.
Okay, you know,
They're not together in a relationship.
They're not locked in now.
Yeah, we're not locked in, but like, yeah.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying the word dating means something different, I guess. Now.
It's getting somewhere.
Yeah, like,
That's all.
Progress.
Okay.
yeah.
It's getting somewhere, but it's
Is
not
he a Yoruba?
officially like.
No, he's American. Yeah, so honestly, like, I feel like right now, like, I'm not, if I want to date somebody, like, seriously, I have a boyfriend, I think it has to be marriage. That's the next step. So I'm not there yet. So I don't want to, like, make someone think I want this and I really don't want this. And, like, the guy I was dating a couple months ago, I really want a relationship. And when he was like, oh, yeah, let's do this, I'm like, maybe I really don't want this. You know when you think you want it because you think society is like, you should do this. And in reality, I'm like, I actually don't want to have a relationship right now. So right now, I'm just like, I'm in this era where, one, I finished school mad late. So I'm in this era where, like, I just want to, like, just enjoy life and not think about anything serious.
I respect.
So that sounds like so, like,
No.
mainstream. But I don't think about, like, work, like, job. I don't think about marriage. I just want to be, like, just physically with myself, if that makes sense. Mentally with
Yeah,
myself.
there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
That's another timeline. Like, just because all your friends graduated at 21 or 22, whatever age, like, doesn't mean you have to too. Like, everybody's life is different. Everybody has different walks of life. Like, there's
You're right on time.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's your timing. Like, it's whatever timing God set for you is the right time. Like,
Amen.
so, yeah.
I mean, I kind of like feel the same as Cajun partnership, but because for me, it's like if I'm gonna date somebody seriously, like life is already hard. You have to like make my life easier. Like we need to be making each other's life easier. You're not coming into my life.
Yes,
to, like,
we can do bad by ourselves.
Yeah, like I can do that shit. Yeah. So for me, and also the generosity thing, that I mean, I feel like in all aspects, because if I really like somebody, I'm going to be generous with them, like with my time, my affection, my attention. So just like reciprocity, it needs to be, you know, it needs to be like mutual.
So when you guys are dating,
What?
Are you? Because dating has a new meaning. Like me,
It does. It means a lot of
8
different
years
things to
ago,
different
when you
people.
say you're dating, it means you have a boyfriend or you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Now dating means
You
that I'm
are
on the prowl.
so, he's so far removed. He out of the game. I don't know what dating is.
You
Dating.
just said
Now
you
with
y'all
this
dating.
new version of dating, I don't know where you were going with it though.
You're like, so if you guys are dating,
Y'all are now dating.
Now y'all not dating.
It came back. It came back. So with dating now, are you guys being intentional and are you being clear about what you want out of the relationship, or are you just going in there praying for the outcome that you want? I guess. Like,
Today, I'm extremely intentional.
Okay.
Maybe if you asked me, even last year, I probably didn't have as clear of a vision as I have now. But today,
so you probably could have came across the guy last year.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
she's still talking.
It sounded like she was wrapping up. Right?
No, but I feel like I'm a great judge of character. So I
was
kind
zodiac
of
sign.
know.
That's zodiac like.
I'm joking.
Anyway.
What's his zodiac sign?
Right.
No, you stirred the pot.
We ain't gonna talk about zodiac
did,
signs
though.
right now. That's a whole nother
We
conversation.
ain't gonna talk about it at all. We don't need to talk about it.
Yeah,
Talk about it.
he's not letting up.
I do
He
want
still
to
has
hear
his
what
hand
you have to say
raised.
about that,
Where was I getting at? See, y'all.
No, you said like last year you found the like you
Said
could.
great
Oh
judgment.
yeah,
judgment
Yeah.
character.
yeah. I'm a great judge of character, so it's kind of like I can kind of see if it's gonna go where
Like, you
I
can read
want
the
it to
bullshit.
go, or if it's not, and I will play it how I want to play it. If I already know that they're not serious, I will still entertain if that's something that I want to do. But I know at the end of the day,
That's a valid question.
you said why would I?
He said why?
entertain
He
it?
said why would you? Because you said you were being intentional, but he said
No,
why
I'm
would-
saying in the past. He asked me before. We're talking about before.
Okay, we're talking
yeah,
about
yeah. So yeah, before I mean, if I came across somebody and I knew that they weren't really what I wanted, but I wanted to have fun, then I would still entertain. But no, today, I mean, and I'm still a good judge of character, I think. So yes, so today, I mean, I can filter through who I feel like if it's gonna be something or if it's not, and go further with it if I feel like I should or not, you know. But no, today I'm super intentional, to where I'm very clear about how I feel about everything.
Like,
yeah.
You let them know up front.
Yeah. I think I let them know up front.
Too intense though?
That's subjective.
You said that's.
I feel like who's for me is
Wait,
gonna
hold
be
on.
for me.
Yeah.
It's only intense if that's not what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
depending
agree.
on the questions or what you're saying.
So wait, are you saying like in the concept like I'm trying to like wrap this up and get married someday?
Yeah, no,
Do you
no,
think
I
that's a
don't.
bad question
But
to
I
ask?
don't position it like, look, I'm trying to get married.
No,
and
nobody,
you're not trying
nobody,
to get married.
I don't think
Yeah.
nobody does that, but it's like,
But like on the first date, would you tell them like this is what I want on the first date, or would it be like a second date situation?
Yeah, today I told people I'm looking for a partner
On the first
partner.
date.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you're, I think that I don't see nothing wrong with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you don't, people going I mean,
Yeah.
they'll just string you
I
along.
feel like
Like,
yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with
You don't waste each
If
other's
you're being
time.
straight up
Yeah.
front, and like you guys are two adults having a conversation, like yeah,
oh no.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
What y'all giggling about?
Niggas keep giggling,
No, this guy right here.
giggling at.
So do you use the word like partner exclusively when you say that?
Today, yes.
Okay, cool. That's some. Do you think that some people can like misinterpret that to mean something else?
Like what?
So you know how right now we're talking about the concepts of marriage. I can understand you say partner and marriage that goes hand in hand. Do you, niggas are stupid. So you know when you say partner, they might think something else.
Like what? Like lesbian? Sorry. Sorry, I was like, what?
No, you mean like, you mean
Like a partner just like mess around with.
Okay,
We're
but
not
okay.
going-
No, no, no.
We're not going to that final step. We're just usually
Like
looking
a
for
sex
somebody-
partner.
Yeah.
no,
Oh, yeah.
no,
But, like, do you think people-
Damn, but now that you say that, you might have to answer.
No, you
Because
don't.
that-
Y'all are
people
not
are-
dumb.
people are
Okay.
stupid.
That's our
That's what
time.
I'm saying.
The men that I'm talking to are not that dumb. Okay, they're not that dumb to know that a partner doesn't mean. And I will say a long-term partner, and
Okay, that's something.
that I'm eventually looking toward marriage.
Long term.
From a partner?
Yes, long-term partner.
Yeah,
and
but
partner
long
is
term
different.
partner, and you
That's
say
different.
partner
If
is
you say
different.
partner and you say long term partner.
Well, I'll say partner, and eventually I want to be married.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you misinterpret that, you're a foolish nigga.
No, I feel like
Yeah.
if they're thinking that way,
Yeah,
then
they must
any
be,
nigga
then
can.
niggas will probably think that way too.
But
It wasn't. It wasn't. I was thinking that way. It was like how
But
I
you gotta
heard it,
understand
and I
the-
was thinking two different things at the
The
same
way
time.
y'all say niggas is not stupid. Niggas is really stupid. I'm
No,
not saying
no,
niggas
I
is
said-
stupid.
no, I said niggas
I'm
are
not-
stupid.
I'm not
I
saying
say
niggas
niggas are
stupid. I'm not saying niggas is stupid.
Niggas is
but
stupid.
sometimes-
No, they all are.
But sometimes what y'all implicate, we don't deeply
Like,
Yeah, we got
yeah,
two
yeah.
different
Like,
brains.
that's why I asked
That's-
y'all, are you guys
Yeah,
clear
so I'm very
about
direct.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
intentions?
for example, I won't generalize, but I'll say the men that I've talked to have the tendency to provokingly offer to do something, or say they want to take you out, or say they want to buy you something or whatever, and don't follow up. For what reason, I don't know.
Life gets busy.
But don't say it if you're not gonna do
Niggas are
it.
broke. Nigga-
Life gets busy, and that's why you have to communicate, because
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with life being busy, but if you don't communicate it, then how will we know?
No
So if I
accountability,
say life get busy and like I never deliver, would that be okay?
Anyway,
No, you can't say lie. You have to explain why, obviously.
I just want to know because I'm about to start
Yeah.
using that. Life gets busy, you know.
Please don't use that. Do not listen
You
to
said
him.
you're gonna do this. Life gets busy, yo.
No, but
You
men
know my job.
might do something like that, like offer to do something and don't follow through. I am a human too, so I'll give a little grace. So the first time, I'll let you know my standard. Do not bring anything up to me that you can't follow up on.
Agreed.
So if you do it again and I'm not talking to you, you don't have any questions about it, because I made it clear of what my expectation is. Because you unprovokingly offered to do that for me. I never told you to tell me that you were going to take me out.
Right.
What
So
you
if-
say the other day? They be racing to the block
Racing
list.
to the block list.
Yeah.
Not racing to the block
They
list.
just racing to the block list.
Racing to the block list. Yeah. So
I wanna
I'm
ask-
very clear.
I want to ask y'all. So what are some of the? Tell me just one, if you have one. What is the craziest experience you've had with a guy?
Crazy and
Like
what
what?
way?
Like, okay, no, like maybe like, you know, what in the talking stage or in the dating stage, like.
I had a crazy experience yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
Oh yeah.
You gonna share? I'm like, you gonna share?
No, because okay, I was talking to this guy and we were making plans to go on a date for today. Like we were gonna go on a lunch date.
You gonna say fuck the episode, huh?
And she said lunch. That's what she said.
No
Lunch date.
lunch.
Oh, okay.
What time is it? Like okay, so it was like a 1 o'clock lunch date, and we had talked previously. So he was like, "Oh, are you still looking for like something serious?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I really want to get to know somebody, you know, and like date exclusively." And he started telling me like his views on how he sees dating, and he was like, "Well, if I'm dating somebody, I feel like all the options that you have need to be." Basically, he told me like I needed
don't
to
date anybody else.
Yeah, like he basically was talking about dating exclusively before this is our first date, like our first link up. And I was like,
You want you to cut your other guys off.
that's kind of what he was telling me. And I'm just like, why would I do that? I haven't even met you.
Yeah.
And he gave me some, I think I feel like there was a language barrier possibly, but he tried to give me.
I can't with you. All right. He's definitely the menace. Because what?
All right, go ahead.
But yeah, I was saying I think there was a language barrier because, you know, sometimes in other languages, when you translate it to English, it doesn't come out it doesn't flow the same way. So that's why I said that. But he gave me this crazy analogy like, oh, if I want steak, I'm going to a steakhouse. I'm not going to the steakhouse to get pasta or something. And I was just like, okay, but what if you take a couple bites of the steak and you don't like it?
Yeah,
like,
you can still get pasta. That's wrong with that.
And
Like-
what if, well, he's talking about a restaurant, but like, what if the person doesn't like you?
So he basically told me like, yeah, I just want to be sure that you want to go out with me because I've been scammed. And I was kind of like,
giving
scammed. It was giving, yeah, he was telling me like, I've been scammed. Do you know what I mean by that? And I'm like, I asked him to explain to me, and he was like, well, we can talk about it on the date.
Probably got catfish.
I was like, I don't want to talk about it on the
It's
date.
like, you know, like when guys think that girls use them to go on a date for a meal. That's how, that's why I thought
Anything
that's
out of
what
fear, for real.
The crazy thing is, like, I would never go out with a nigga just for a meal. It's so
Facts.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I'm
so
too grown
weird.
to do that. And I can pay for my. I'm
not
not going to
starving.
pay for my own meal on the
I'm
first
not
date.
starving.
You
I
asked
don't
me
need
out,
to
so
do
you need
that.
to pay.
Like-
But
Yeah.
if I need to pay, I will pay. Like
Yeah.
it's not. I'm not going out just because I'm like, oh,
I'm hungry.
yeah.
On a date with a dude on the first date. Say a dude asks you out, right? He wants to go out with you, like he wants to get to know you.
And he asked me out,
And
right?
he's very intentional about it. Like he really wants.
You heard what she said?
Yeah.
He asked me
asked
out.
you
He
out.
asked
Yeah.
her
He really
out.
wants to get to know you. Like he takes you out on the first date, but he can't pay.
Excuse
What
me.
he can't pay for both of us?
Like, yeah,
He can't pay for both of us, or
He
he.
can't pay. Can't afford it.
Yeah,
But-
I
but hold on, let me finish. The conversation was good. You were feeling him. Everything was cool.
No.
But,
No.
so wait,
No,
wait,
but that's
wait,
not
can I-
intentional. That's not intentional.
Let me change.
What you mean?
No, but that's not intentional.
Because intentional, you have
If you
some
know
money.
you don't have money, why would you invite me to a restaurant? There's so many
Exactly.
free
Can-
things. I don't want to do that. But
Hold on.
Wait. Let me change it up. Let me change it up a little bit. He has money. The bill is just too much than he thought it was going to be.
No.
It's a
What?
brand new-
No,
It's a brand new restaurant he never been to
I ain't
before.
gonna lie,
No, that's
I ain't
tacky.
gonna lie, she just made
why
a great
would you?
point.
Why did
And
you
it's
not
not
look at the
intentional?
menu?
No.
Why-
You don't have
like,
enough money.
She made a great point saying that if you didn't have the money, there's other things that you
We could have done
Yeah.
free. Okay, that's a good
And
point.
it
yeah,
had
why would you ask me to like now we're both embarrassed. Like
Yeah.
no.
I know the bill was going to be this high. You help out.
You
No.
want to go to the park, you know,
Then
go
get a
for
salad
walk
then.
or go
That's
get
a
some
great point.
recess
There's
or,
plenty
you
of
know,
other things. you can
Museums,
do.
or go to
DC.
the
Museums, there's
yeah,
cute
like,
things you could do.
Yeah. You know, it's just.
But
It sound like a you problem.
Facts.
You can go wash them dishes in the back.
But hold
Right.
on, even if the conversation was good, everything was smooth. Still no.
No.
if we get to the restaurant,
That's
you can't
tacky
pay.
as hell.
No, it is.
Like you
I
already
won't-
ate and everything.
I'm probably gonna pay, but I'm
Conversation.
never,
No, you're
I'm
never
never
gonna
gonna
go
see
with
you
you.
again.
Yeah,
I'm
facts.
literally never. You're
Yeah.
gonna be blocked so fast.
Raise it to the
You
block.
racing the block list.
First finish line. Like no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Wahala.
it's not giving that.
Yeah.
So you would ask somebody. You guys would ask somebody
Oh
out.
no, not me.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't.
Okay,
I already say if you
There are a number of other things we can do.
You,
if your
Lucia,
check
you gonna
doesn't
do
reach a
that?
certain across, you shouldn't be dating anyway.
That's true though. That's a good point.
What?
What did you say?
I said if your check, if you get paid weekly, bi-weekly commission, if it's not a certain amount, you shouldn't be dating in the first place.
Yeah, also go out when you get paid. Like,
Exactly. Like I can't do this
Even
right
with
now,
that,
but I
people,
like.
people will go broke for dates. I'm just saying.
yeah,
But bro,
that's
you see
dumb.
what
That's
we was
dumb.
ordering? We got the calamari and we got the
We got 3
steak and
drinks.
lobster.
We got
Like
the cocktail.
Yeah.
So all of y'all are single right now?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
single, you're single, you're single.
Well, the dude that you're dating, would he appreciate what you just said?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fuck that nigga.
What I was about to say, so since y'all are single, are y'all also on dating apps as well?
I'm not on the apps, but I'm dating
I'm
in person.
on dating apps.
Okay, so how do you feel about dating apps?
Trash.
I mean, I have like
Are they? I'm sorry. Are the men's side as weird as like people say they are?
the men's
Yeah,
what?
the men.
Yeah.
Yeah, the men are.
They be
weird.
whack.
The man on the app so weird.
Some of them,
Yeah.
some of the men can be weird. I use like 2
I was gonna ask you which one.
dating apps in particular, and I feel like you definitely have to like I always end up deleting it or like getting off the app because it's also overwhelming. Like
Yeah.
you're looking through a screen, but yeah, I mean I've met some people off of there.
Same.
I met
Yeah.
some. I used to be on the apps. I'm not on the apps.
Do you guys entertain the DM sliders?
Well, that's not
Yeah.
a question for me. I don't
Yeah.
got no DMs for
No,
nobody
don't be my
Right,
sliding.
no,
DM, so it's
IGK.
fine.
Yeah,
You on Twitter?
barely.
Facebook?
No, Twitter. No, you can't be on Twitter. You gotta be.
Not my name. No, but I think with the apps, I used to be on the apps. I quit the apps maybe like 2-3 years
specific
ago.
reason for that?
Yeah, because I feel like people are fickle. Like on the apps, there's no type of loyalty. Like if I just don't feel like talking to you no more, I could just stop talking to you. And I like a little more security.
But can't
than
you do that if you meet somebody like on the street?
That's what the block list is for too.
You can,
She said right, she's on the block
but
list.
it's because it's such an in and out kind of process. I feel like people are more disposable on the apps.
And there's a lot to select through. So you're right.
Yeah.
People are disposable. Like I might meet one nigga and then the other nigga that I matched with,
yeah,
we have
that's
better
it.
conversation. You're falling to the wayside.
I mean, I've done
literally.
it myself. I've been talking to maybe 3 people on the apps. One might catch my attention more than the other, and I'll stop texting the others just because they
Well,
catch my
yeah.
attention. And I won't care anything about it, having no conversation, no nothing. So people are very fickle on the apps, but you know, I'm meeting my love interest in person now. So
At the grocery store.
right, you know,
Old
just
school way.
organically
So do you
now.
guys, do you
I like
guys,
that.
Yeah.
do you guys prefer for a guy to like? I think it is more respectable either way, in my opinion. But do you guys prefer a dude like to go smack at you in person?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
But
I
you do
love that.
entertain the DM sliders though.
she don't.
Well,
she
that
said
ain't
she
for
don't-
me.
I'm not casual. I'm talking the ones.
I don't have anyone in my DMs, so.
So
no more. No more.
I've had people in my DMs, and I mean, yeah. So I've had people in my DMs who I know in person, and it's like
really?
I would prefer for you to
Just when you see
Yeah,
me.
talk to me.
And then-
You saw me already.
Yeah.
You saw me earlier
And
today.
I kind of feel like
That's
it's
That's how I be though. That's how I be though.
it just feels like they have access to you, so that's why they're sliding in your DMs. Because it's like, if
No
you're
worries.
really interested in me, you would just ask me out. But you're like, oh, when am I gonna see you? Like, you're never gonna see me. Actually, Like,
Yeah. Be intentional.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's how y'all think.
that's how I.
What
think.
you mean? That's how y'all
what's-
think.
what's
It's
wrong?
just interesting to see it from a female's perspective. Like, you know, you hang with guys, we hang with guys all day, so.
What's the quickest?
So
only
what
know
about
our
y'all? Y'all on the apps or what y'all doing?
Yeah,
Well,
on
not
the-
Dooley. We
yeah.
know what Dooley doing.
Y'all on the
What
apps?
y'all doing?
Oh, whoa! What was the?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of
No.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
What
that's
y'all
what
want to know?
y'all.
What y'all want to know?
Are y'all on the
Are
apps?
y'all dating?
Yeah.
Are y'all single?
What apps are you guys on?
I have the apps, but I'm not.
What
active
app?
on the
What app?
What apps on your phone right
Yeah.
now? What app?
They calling you out, Brody.
I got Hinge,
Okay, right.
I got Tinder, and I got BLK.
Ooh, Tinder's a little.
BLK.
Yeah.
How was that
But
one?
that's the thing. I'm not active.
Have them when you get bored, you go and swipe.
Yeah, but like it's like overwhelming because it's like it's just. I don't know how it is, but like mine is just built up with so many like potential matches and everything. So it's like the fun is gone from it. So it's like you know I just leave my Instagram on there and everything. If you're really interested, follow me. You know, say something, whatever, like. whatever.
So you said there's so many potential matches,
Yeah.
meaning that people are swiping on you, like trying to court you,
Yeah, well, not court, but like you know, they like
Just
what they
match
see.
with you.
Yeah.
and you can't choose. So you say if they really want me, they would.
It's tired because it's just like, it's just a bunch of swipe. I don't like the swipe right, swipe left culture. I mean,
But that's
for me, I don't look at it as I'm gonna find my long-term partner.
But people have those.
So
So
where do
many
you think
choices.
you'll find your long-term partner?
Just naturally.
So where?
So
Like,
why
where
are
do
you
you
on
go?
the apps?
That's why I say I just have it. It's not. I'm not active.
So
on it.
when you added it, what was your intention of adding it?
Oh yeah, for fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
let's
do you
get
like
into
when you
you.
meet people
What did I
at and
do?
you don't
Just
meet them on the
What
apps?
you doing? You
I don't
single
have
or you on the
Wherever
app?
God
single, I don't have no
place me
So
in
you-
the right
do you
place
talk
with
to-
my future soulmate. Like I don't know how to meet my soulmate.
So do you go smack in
kinda how I
person?
feel, like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, yeah, if I see something I like in
But
person,
you-
I'm gonna go smack. You know, or start a conversation. But like for me,
an hour can hold.
huh?
No,
Oh,
you're
this
good.
dating.
But I'm alright. So for me, I'm intentional with everything I do. So like if I see what I like, hey, want to get to know you and everything. Like I'm gonna go up and say, hey, I want to get to know you and everything. And you know, I'm in a point in my life like I'm really, you know, just kind of just really ambitious on myself, on my goals and stuff like that. So it's not like I'm not out here like looking for my life partner and everything. But then if my life partner comes along and everything, like who am I to
Right,
deny it?
but don't you
So
think-
if you meet a woman and she asks you what you're looking for, what are you gonna tell her?
I don't know what I'm looking for right now.
And you would tell
But
her
how-
that?
Yeah.
I'm going
But how
with
would
the
you know
flow.
you found your life partner if you're not looking for one?
It will happen.
Do you think
it
it
will
was just fall
happen?
from the
sound like
sky?
It will happen. No, I didn't say it would fall
know
out the sky, but I just know it will naturally happen.
But
But
like,
hold on, I want to say something because
go ahead.
when I like was still, this was obviously years ago, but like I knew what I wanted out of a woman
Right.
when I approached every relationship that I was ever in, whether we were just messing around, dating, whatever. Like I knew when a girl wasn't my type, but I was having fun, so I didn't give a shit. But like when I got to the point where like I figured out what I wanted out of a woman, like, and then I didn't see it, I was cutting that loose. Like I didn't even want to entertain it because it was
Right.
like it's not what I'm looking for.
Right.
You feel me? So
See, like I was that person where it's like I want this, like I want a woman that's respectful. I want a woman that's I can like, you know, work together with and everything. But my life has transformed into where I'm very much ambitious on everything I got going on, and I got a lot going on for myself right now. So
Right.
it would be selfish for me to say I want this when in reality
can't-
I'm not ready
you
for
can't
that.
do
and
that,
I'm not
yeah.
ready to
I feel that's
maintain
where I'm
that.
at.
So
too.
that's
Yeah.
why the easy answer for me is like right now I don't know. Like you know if whatever comes my way and if it can add to me and I can add to it and then it works out, you know, hoorah, like you know, and everything.
The special
but-
one could have came in since you're not looking for it. Could have just walked right past you too. Then right?
Yeah.
But
That- the
if
same
it's
concept
for you,
would
will it
apply.
really
Wait,
pass
wait,
you
when
by
you say
though?
walking past me, do you mean like walking
Like-
past me? Like I'm just
No,
Or
that's a
like,
stranger. It's like
we're
came up to you,
entertaining-
they approached that y'all were talking, y'all were dating, but because you're not actively looking for it, you didn't see those qualities, so therefore it got
That's
away.
true.
'Cause
That's
I think
true.
somebody
I'm not-
literally
yeah,
asked her the
yeah.
same question.
I'm not going to deny that.
I
Yeah,
said
I
that
could have
earlier
probably
today,
missed
though.
out on a potential, like
Okay.
a potential
Because-
life partner or whatever. But then again, for me, for how I look at life too, is I feel like, and this is my perspective, God has placed certain things in my life that was the perfect time. Like everything was
It was like
time
timing.
perfect. Like the struggles I went to was time perfectly.
Right.
The success that I've achieved was timed perfectly. So yes, I could have lost on a potential life partner, and that could have been. And I'm not saying that's not that's the only life partner. There's probably multiple out there, but I feel like with me and how God has worked in my life, that time will come, and it will come at a perfect time where I will
Amen.
right.
Okay.
It will work out.
Okay, but let me ask you this though.
Here we go.
Now, what if you run
And why is it
into...
only me? I mean,
Yeah, why you're answering? Yeah,
Okay, let's run it out.
Yeah.
All right. No, we can break it up because I wanted to know what you got going on because you said you're not. Yeah, no, Khalifa is on ice right now. We gonna come to you after. No, but you said that you're not on the app.
No, I'm not using dating.
But so you approach women in person?
I'm not approaching anybody right now. I'm not looking for nothing. I'm just
Nothing.
I'm purely working right now.
You're working?
I'm just
You focusing on yourself.
Like, what do you mean working?
So, I don't have a 9 to 5. I work like 12 hours a day. That's the only thing I do. Like that's the only thing I do. I'm not looking. I'm intentionally not looking for anybody right now because I'm stacking money up. I said it before. If your bank account, your paycheck not looking a certain type of way, you shouldn't be dating.
Okay.
I agree.
Because I said it before. No offense to any woman. It's like an extra bill that you have to take care of. Because look, thank you for the responses. Thank you for the responses. Because it's like I have to cough up money.
He's making a very logical point.
To add to that, even if you're not like taking care of her bills, right? Having a girlfriend, having a woman is an extra bill.
Because it's like there's certain.
But you want to
She
do
not
it
gonna
Can we
understand.
let her?
Yeah, go ahead. She want to do something intimate with you now.
Because I can't always be like, wait till Friday.
So, I know that you said that you're stacking and all that right now, but life is very short, right?
Yes, it is.
And then the very basic need of what a human wants, we all want love and companionship, right?
Yes, we do.
So, when does the transition happen where you go from the mindset of, oh, I'm stacking? Like, what are you stacking for?
Okay, the things that like I
Some
said.
niggas be stacking for years. I'm sorry.
No, really. Niggas be on the grind to avoid anything else.
Trying to buy the lot or something. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's bad.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I mean, it's a valid question.
No, it is.
She's asking a valid question.
Right.
What are you stacking for, bro?
Okay, the things that I'm stacking for is because I don't believe in a time period for like when we date to like when we get married, right? Some people they wait a year, some people they wait 5 years, some people they wait 3 months. I know people who waited 3 months before they pop the question.
Wait, talk about how.
He gets on my
How old are you?
nerves.
He's so anti-guy.
Are you singing? Are you doing song lyrics? Do you know that song?
What song?
Some people wait a lifetime.
No, actually, no.
Oh, okay. Look, I don't know what to expect out of you. Okay, but yes.
Yeah, he's very annoying, bro. But yeah, I don't believe that. So like, I think like the age when I hit 30, right? That's when I was like, I'll slow down, and that's when I'll start like going back out there because there's things that I still want to do.
From like
Working,
like working, right? Because I'm still thinking about
Right.
You know my industry, I could go private very quickly. I could just start buying my
You
own
part of
things.
the FBI or something?
Huh?
No, you guys are in cars, right? Selling cars and stuff.
I don't sell cars anymore, no.
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
Yeah.
What do you? Oh sorry.
Yeah, so I can instantly switch that to go private
What is it,
on my own
CDL?
stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
So I can switch that instantly. So I'm thinking about doing that. So it was like I can easily just do that. But when I hit 30, that's the threshold when I'll start slowing things down. I'll start doing things differently, and I'll start looking for people again.
But why though?
Why?
Yeah. Why are you stacking? Are you stacking because you're trying to get to a point where you're able to buy a certain thing? Like, what are you stacking for?
Oh, well, of course, there's always things that I want to buy. But like I said before, it's like, so the person that I would see myself dating and potentially marrying, right? They will have standards. They will have certain qualities about, I like women that have nails done, I like women that have their hair done, stuff like that. I wouldn't mind pitching in to help paying for it. I'm not paying for it all the fucking time. But like, I wouldn't mind helping you pay for the shit.
He said, let's be clear. Let's be clear. All right.
Once in a while, not every paycheck.
Every other time.
Okay, so well, this is where I think
Or even like buying my own house first. Because I don't like that whole concept of like buying an apartment like just for us to move in, and then buying an apartment, you don't really own the shit
Like
anyway. So
renting,
I'm wasting thousands of dollars a month in an
So
apartment.
are you trying to be financially ready?
Basically, yes. Yeah.
But you don't think if you have a partner.
Yeah, exactly.
That, like,
yeah,
they
like
can
everything
elevate
is
you.
not about finances,
Yeah.
and
It's not. No,
that's
no.
that's where the
But
I think that men. I think it's. I mean, I think it's ingrained in you all that you should be in a certain financial place, or you should be a financial provider. I think it's just ingrained in you all
It's
that
not-
you want to get
It's not
there.
that you should. It's you have to be.
No.
Because no majority of women don't want to date a person that is
But what
I
about?
don't know.
But what
Hear me
about?
out,
But what
hear me out.
about? Wait. But what about the woman that you want? What do you want the woman that you want to value? Your person is going to be
I
for
would
you.
still take care of her.
Oh, sorry.
Bingo.
See, but I think majority of women don't want to date a bum. It's like
That's
if you
what I
have
said.
ambition.
Not a bum.
No, I'm saying majority of women
word.
don't want to date a bum. And when I say a bum, I don't mean somebody that doesn't have money. I just mean
Right.
like you don't have no goals or no
Ambition,
plan or no
right.
ambition.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a lot of money but you have aspirations, like I feel like that.
Aspiration ain't gonna buy you nails though.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, but it's not everything.
If there
though.
isn't-
Pay for them
but
dates.
but if there's like I can see like if there's a bowl.
Tell the waiter, yo, waiter.
Oh my god.
That's where
Y'all take porno?
Not Klarna. Not Klarna.
I just mean like if you're not working towards goals, like somebody who's in school, for example, like are those people not supposed to?
I agree.
But
Like
hold on, but the thing about
But,
school.
but
Hold on, wait, look. I got you, bro. Like, I can see if there's like a ball rolling into somewhere. Like, if say somebody's like a biologist, and I'm going to school for biology, and I've been in that career path for like, I've been in college for like 8 years. All right, there's some potential there. But if I say I'm a biologist, I ain't go to college yet. I mean, I want to be a biologist, but I haven't gone to college yet. What do you
No, that's
do?
different.
What do
That's
you
not
do?
showing that. That's not any action.
Yeah, but
though.
I'm saying, but if there's a ball moving towards the court, I can see how people be like, okay, he has potential. But if he says something and not doing anything,
That's completely different. That's what I
right?
call a bum.
But also,
Yeah,
you,
I agree.
But also, you gotta realize there's also levels to this too. So, like you just said, somebody in school, like let's say back when I was, 21 in college in the dorm, I have money and everything, and at that level. The women on that level understand, like, we in college, like, nobody got money for real. So, like, we make the best of our situation. Maybe we just, vibing, studying together, going to a party together, having our own party in our dorm
Right.
together.
Somebody might have a part-time job.
Exactly. Or somebody
Might have the rest of their refund check.
Somebody might have a car.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
One person might. And then you get to this point where, like, in this 25, 26 range where it's like, all right, everybody's now getting their little job and everything. So you expect the bare minimum, take me out on a date or
To
for
the movies or
to here,
something, yeah.
for the first date and stuff like that. And then when you get to like 30 or something, like the expectation is like,
We
if
going
you're
on a
not-
vacation.
If you don't got your passport now, man, or anything, why we even talking so this level?
Because dating is totally different now.
And yeah, and then
Because a vacation out of the country is an expectation now.
And
No,
It's not
no.
optional. Well, it is
It-
optional, but they want it.
Girls don't want to go
Going
to
to-
Florida no more, bro.
Not Miami, Florida. At what part?
Going a step deeper, women tend to date up where like, all right, the dude.
Hold on, wait. I
But they
don't
do.
I
But
don't believe in that concept because
they
women.
tend to-
But y'all can disagree. That's fine.
wait,
Let me
wait.
finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I say women tend to date up because, like, all right, if you, let's say you 25 and you got the potential to date a 28-year-old that's a bit, financially advanced than the 25-year-olds your age, you would rather want that than the 25-year-old that still has his ambitions and stuff, trying to make it and all that stuff because
Hold on, I got you.
the 28-year-old is able to provide those things that you're looking for, like the dates
Okay, I'm
and
just
stuff
gonna
like
say
that.
something.
Hold on, wait.
I was gonna say this
Wait.
earlier. Go ahead.
But like you don't understand, like women look. No offense to y'all, but women do look for different things, right? And so do men look for different things.
Right.
So for
Thank
us
you.
guys, we don't really care much about how much money a woman makes. We care more about the value that you bring into our lives. So if you find a woman that
'Cause it's
brings a
priceless.
value into my
Hello?
life, I'll use you.
Period.
If you find a woman that brings that value into your life, you're not gonna care about the money. So is that really dating up? If you're both finding the things that y'all want,
You just contradicted yourself.
that's not a contradiction.
No, because
you
you
both
just-
found the things that you
No,
want. That's
I'm
not
saying
dating
you-
up.
Hold on.
You're
You
dating
just
somebody of your
you
caliber,
contradicted what
like-
you said earlier because she was talking about to you about you stacking up and why you need to stack up and everything.
'Cause
And you
I
was
can take care of her.
But you said you have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
men
no,
have
okay,
to
that's
do that.
valid. But let me say this. Let me say
No,
this.
no.
Because you're saying
Let
now,
me finish.
brother.
Let me
All
finish.
right.
Let me
wait, because this had contradiction.
But am I right or wrong?
No. I will say that he's valid. Let me say why he's valid though. This point is valid because I was I'm thinking kind of a little bit of both of what y'all are saying. That's valid because you feel like you need to stack because you want to be able to provide for your woman. But that's about what you want to give. That means that you're looking for a woman that is going to expect that out of you. If you want a woman that just wants to love you just to love on you and don't care about your money, then you can find that if that's what you want.
Right.
But you sound like you want somebody that can depend on you
It
financially.
sounds like you think that you have. Well,
No, I say as men, like you kind of have.
Not as men. We was talking about you specifically. What you want.
Okay, fine. Yes. Okay, fine.
You want a woman that can depend
I personally
on
would
you
want to be able
financially.
to do that for my woman. Yes.
Okay.
But that does not mean in return I'm looking for a woman to just sit there and be spoiled. I don't know why he's making that face because I didn't say what he just said. But no, what
It's
I'm
all
saying.
love. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Right.
But like no. The point I'm saying is like men want different values. Men don't really care about the money women makes. Do you? Yes or no?
We don't.
So okay. So men are looking.
I don't know.
They're like,
No, I never
No,
said
but
that.
you, okay. So let me. Okay, I'll blow it up then. You personally didn't say that, but when people say women date up, they talk about financially.
Financially, you're
but
right,
Men
yeah.
don't look for financials in a woman though. Men look for value. So if women brings that value to that man's expectation, and she feels every role that she makes, but she makes $10,000 a year, you will not care about that. You won't.
wait a minute.
I don't think you will. I don't think you will.
But the thing is, he didn't let me finish because
I don't
I
think
only
you
spoke,
did.
I only spoke
You-
about the
wait,
women's
actually,
side.
you
Damn, I didn't even hear you raise your voice
only
this whole
spoke about the
time.
women's
You
side.
did finish.
Everyone simmer down.
He didn't let me finish, so
simmer
I
down.
didn't get to the
I
guy
did let him
side.
finish, didn't I?
No,
Because
I
I
only spoke on one side. I only spoke on one side.
How you gonna cut up this episode?
But like I said, he didn't let me finish. But I agree with
It's
what
gonna
he
be a
said.
2-hour
I agree
episode.
with what he's saying, but he didn't let me finish.
He was trying to get
That's
his
what
point
I'm
across.
saying. Yeah, he rushed to get the point across. So
Hey, yeah.
'cause I
You
didn't
can
finish.
say both value.
But-
both
I think
value.
But
it
he's
is
valid.
both valid.
He's valid what he's
It's
saying.
both valid, but at the end of the day, it's about what you want. If you're looking
Right.
for a woman that you want to expect that out of you, then that's what you're going to attract and that's what you're going to look for. You can find somebody that just loves you just for being the person you are if that's
Right.
what you want.
Right.
But if you want somebody that is able to depend on you financially, then you know
I
that's
didn't
what
say-
you're going to
Hold on,
get.
wait, wait,
If you
wait.
want to provide, if
I
you want to
never
provide.
said you have to depend on me financially. I just said there are things that those are things that I would want to do. I also didn't say I'm not buying all your fucking nails.
You did say that.
I did say that.
You did.
So
Wait,
I'm not. I'm not.
Seven
you
out
know-
of 8, 7 out of 10. You know,
Hey,
you say you're not buying all the nails. I'm like 7
2 out of
times.
5, maybe, like, something like that. But it's like,
40%, honey.
it's things that like I would want to do that for you. But it's like, okay, yes, there's other qualities.
So you don't think you'd be able to do that with the job that you have?
Oh, I probably can. Yeah.
No, not probably.
Yeah.
You can.
You can.
But
Probably.
I don't,
No.
okay, but I don't
Probably.
think
Don't talk about money
Hey,
like
he's
that.
raising
Right,
his
he
voice.
like, I know how much you
Hey,
make.
yo.
I don't
I
think
don't know
you
how much
should.
but I know how much he works. So
He's raising his voice.
But I don't think that you should. I think you might.
You don't tell me
low-key-
about my voice.
Cause you like so like okay.
I think you might. I think you might low key be self sabotaging and missing out on
I'm hurt
somebody because you're. Because now you agree. Because
No, y'all.
because you're kind of approaching things with this idea of what women are looking for, and you should be looking for what you want your woman to have, not just what women. All women aren't created equal, you know.
Yeah,
so yeah, just because women might be looking for provider, or there are some women that are looking for providers, there's other that don't care about money at all.
Okay,
so if you want a woman that cares about money, then that's what you're gonna get.
So hold on, let me say something on that, right?
Go ahead.
I feel like you think that
There's a lot of assuming going on right now.
I think it's just from what you said, I think that you think that
There's a lot of thinking going on.
What you think
I
about?
just said that.
I just want to say I don't think that every woman ain't what you see on social media. Every woman is
yes.
not materialistic. Every woman isn't like looking for a relationship for this guy to do this for me and do that for me. Like every woman ain't like that.
Yeah.
Just like every nigga ain't shit nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's you have to know what you're looking for in a relationship, in a partner,
Right.
in order to approach a relationship properly.
Right.
And if you approach relationships with if you go in a relationship blind, that's how you gonna leave.
Right.
You feel me?
Amen. That was a good
That's why
one.
you're a married man.
That's why I say that's why I say you gotta know what you're looking for in a partner.
Right.
In anything, like if your goal is to get married, if your goal is a long-term relationship, you have to approach every relationship with that clear mind and knowing what you're looking for.
Right, I've always said that too. But okay, so maybe if I add this point to it, people can understand the point I'm coming from. I also said I want my woman to have like a certain type of standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I also want a certain type of living as well. Does that change the people's perspective now? Right, cool.
That's why you stack it so hard.
Yes.
Okay.
So because of that, that's the reason why I feel like I will put money on a higher pedestal, because I'm more of a 75-25 kind of person, right? So that's where I'm coming from with it. Okay?
Okay, can I ask the question?
You can go ahead.
Go ahead.
So, okay, before I ask the question, let me privy it with some info. Like, because I was listening to this, it was kind of a religious talk, but basically the imam was saying, you know, nowadays, for example, like in Islam, right, some parents won't want to give their daughter away to a man who like doesn't make a certain amount of money. And he was like, that's so wrong, because if you think about your parents or your parents' parents, like y'all was struggling at like when you maybe when you first got together, but then you elevated. It's like y'all got together and elevated together.
Right.
So you don't think, and I mean, whatever you want to do, like that's, you know, what you want to do, but you don't think a woman of value could help you get to your goal faster?
Oh yeah, she probably can. Not
Okay.
probably. Not, let me correct myself. Definitely, she can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a point that I'm an entry level that I personally will look for myself. I always say that for a guy to start dating.
Virgo?
Yeah, what's wrong with Virgos?
To be honest, I don't know anything.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I don't know anything.
Right.
And
Why?
to me, it gets annoying to me, but that's me being
I ain't gonna lie,
honest.
Virgo, the whole Virgo thing, like it does hold some truth, but it annoys me because people use it as an excuse to be foolish. Like they use it as like a, you know what I mean?
Virgo
Like,
sign or astrology?
It's
I
'cause
did this,
I'm a-
okay.
no.
So
Yeah.
people be like, they do something dumb and be
Yeah.
like, oh, I got
Like, they use
ADHD
it
or
as
something
a
like that.
Virgo and me.
Yeah,
It's the
like-
Leo and me.
I mean, some of that be true, but everybody has free will. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, you can be a fool on your own.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You put it down, when you put it like that, cool.
Okay, so the question I wanted to ask you, Khalil, right? Since you the religious one, more religious than me, you said that like you like in a sense you're planning on just like to live your life the way you want to live right now, and that one is just going to come into your life because of
Well, I may go into the one's life.
okay, either or. Okay, yeah. So it's like, do you believe that you can have that idea because like you are more religious compared to like the average American who isn't religious, who don't believe that, not that can happen, but they don't believe in God, so they don't have that kind of concept. Majority of them, at least.
Great question. For me, like I said earlier, with my personal belief, God has been working in my life, and I've seen evidence of God working in my life. So that's why I speak from that perspective. It doesn't put me as like I'm better than or because my belief is stronger than somebody else's who's not a believer. And everybody has their own journey or their cross to carry or whatever religion like you know they follow. But for me, it's just speaking off of how God has worked actively in my life and is continuously working active in my life with my experience. That's why I carry myself that way
Okay, that's fine.
and have that perspective.
I accept it.
Yeah.
I take my L.
Hey, yo.
Is it an L or did you
No,
just?
I mean, no, like that's
It wasn't an L, but I thought it would be
great
funny if I
question.
said it.
It was a great question.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a great question. It was a great question.
I just thought it'd be funny if I say it that way, though.
Yeah.
My question was for the ladies. So, with you guys' friendship, do you guys feel like you guys have the kind of friendship where you guys can hold each other accountable?
For sure.
Yeah.
And there won't be no shade or anything like that?
I mean,
Like if Miriam is doing something you don't like, you feel like you could check her and she won't feel the type of way?
Or that she will, but she'll
I
get
think
over
it's
it.
the
I don't
delivery.
think that. Yeah, it's the delivery. I don't think that she wouldn't feel
You guys have been friends
away.
for a very long time though.
Yeah.
So you guys know each other's personalities by now.
Yeah.
Right?
But we don't really fight
So you
too
guys are
much.
you guys are sisters at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
definitely.
yeah. I would say these are
Yeah,
my
you guys
sisters.
are
Yeah.
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 So okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't. Well, at least me, like I don't take it personally.
Right.
But
yeah. I feel like
It
at
is
this
about the
point,
Because that's what I was
delivery.
getting at. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
at this
to
point
have
we
a
kind of
healthy
know each
friendship-
other.
Yeah.
Yeah, to have a healthy friendship, healthy relationship with your, peers, people you call your brother, sister, friends, whatever. You guys got to be able, especially at this age, like you got to hang with people who are going to hold you accountable.
okay, for
Yeah.
sure. They're not. I feel like you know, those aren't real friends. Like, if you can't tell your friend, like, you're tripping, like, that's...
Or that doesn't make sense. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
And they don't have to agree with
Right,
it,
right,
but
right.
it still needs to be like...
Right.
But the fact that, like, I feel like if I can't say that without you feeling like, you know, I'm trying to be your dad or I'm trying to, like, son you, or whatever the case may be, like, I feel like if you take it any other way apart from a place of love, like
then that's a you problem.
Yeah.
boy, something wrong. Because me personally, like, I got friends, like, right now that, like, for example, me and Khalifa, me and Kalu, me and Leonard, like, we could hold each other accountable, and I don't feel like if I told them about themselves or they told me about myself, like, I know I wouldn't take it no type of way. I take it as like, this is somebody that cares about me.
I will.
You know, hey, yeah.
Well, I
I'ma
would
cry.
say just at a basic human level, it's not easy taking
It's
feedback.
not.
Yeah.
It's not.
But you gotta
that's where
respect
maturity comes
it.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody does
Yeah,
have
we're
different,
adults.
like, I don't know, like, different... A different cadence and different ways of thinking. Like for me, it rolls off my back because I'm gonna do whatever I want. But other people, like, it's
That's
like
why
there's
delivery is
the delivery,
important.
yeah.
Right.
You know, and that's why I said, like, with the conversation I would have with my mom, like, I know she may not receive it as well as if my dad told her and she received it that way, or I might have to go a different approach.
Because you're her son, he's her husband.
Yeah, she'll take it as like, I don't know what I'm saying, or I don't know
What you're talking about.
what I'm talking about. But you know, if you try a different approach or try a different way, it may translate better for her to understand. And that's the same thing. Like sometimes, like you said, with human nature, it's hard for you to receive criticism regardless, because especially if you feel like everybody feels like by default
They're right.
they're not doing anything wrong.
Wrong, yeah.
So if you by default already feel like you're not doing anything wrong, and somebody comes and tells you, hey, what you're doing is wrong, you know.
It's not easy at first, but if you're at that level where you're mature enough to kind of just sit in it for a second and step outside of yourself and see another perspective, then you can move past it. But if you're not there yourself, then that's just not something that you'll be able to deal with.
Yeah.
I feel like the issue is when people like sit in that, like how you said they don't step outside. It's like, okay, your friend could tell you something, it made you upset, but like big picture wise, like, oh, okay, they are just looking out for me, or like, damn, this is a different perspective. Like they're looking at me because they know me,
But you know, people have fake haters. Like
people do have
what
jealous
I think,
spirits.
yeah.
People
And
do
what
have
I-
jealous spirits.
And what Abdul said was right. Like, you gotta understand, if this somebody you really mess with, you should understand it's coming from a place of love.
you shouldn't take it any other way.
Yeah, like you could feel hurt. Like, of course, you
The
could
moment,
feel hurt about it and everything. But then again, you gotta
Because it might
understand.
not be what you what aligns with what you believe.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't be your friend, yo. If I
Right.
didn't tell you that I didn't.
Like you walking on eggshells,
Yeah.
like okay,
Yeah.
like
Especially to step up and tell it to your face, like, this is how I feel, or, you know, I see you doing this. I think you should just do this better, or do this a certain way. And you just take it like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, you just saying something to say something. Then,
Yeah. But also,
The worst.
I understand where you're coming from, but I'm gonna do it my way.
But okay, at the end of the
Child.
day,
No. I always tell them this.
yeah, that's cool. But at
But
the
you
end of
still
the
hear
day-
it out
Yeah,
there.
exactly. At the end of the day, like, you're an adult, you're gonna make the decision you want to make.
People are gonna do what they
But
want
like,
to
you
do.
want a friend that's gonna tell you how they feel, right?
yeah.
Exactly.
Especially if
Right?
if they
I mean,
feel
I
way
do.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, you can't say you don't respect that person because he told you to your face
Right.
what he felt.
Exactly.
Are
Exactly.
you, are you, this is completely like kind of random question. Are you aware, like, you know that inner voice in your head that you be thinking to yourself? You have like, you know, some people don't have.
Aren't self-conscious? Yeah.
Not self-conscious.
You know
Just
how you
that
can sit here
inner,
and
that
think
inner
to
mind,
yourself?
that inner, yeah, that
Like,
inner
you
thought.
can think sit here. Some people don't have that.
Like an inner
And then
voice.
you-
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you
they don't have an inner voice in
Like,
your
they
head.
just do stuff. They can't think. They just do stuff.
What do
That
the new
makes
kids say? People are, what is the acronym? CGI? Something
So
like that?
NPC?
NPC?
Yes. They just go along. They don't think about
NPC,
nothing.
what is
When I
They
saw
never
that,
thought
I
about
was
it.
like, yo, that is so
Huh?
crazy.
No,
Like, some people really.
Oh no! Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
We say when we say when
I
we think
didn't.
somebody's acting stupid, but like no, some people.
So you're
really
saying there are
can't think.
people that don't have consciences?
Not that they don't have conscience, they don't have that inner
Inner voice.
that inner voice that can question yourself. Like,
Self-awareness.
The best
That sounds like
example,
self-awareness.
Okay, for example, say
the
you're
shower
nervous, right?
conversation, bro. When you're in the shower, you be having arguments in your head.
Yeah.
Some people can't have that. They literally can't have that. They don't have that inner voice.
They can't think.
Wait, so is it like conversation or is it like you're daydreaming?
You talk to yourself.
It's like-
You talk to yourself in your head.
I talk to myself out
Like,
loud.
Yeah, all the time.
I talk to myself out loud. I'll be like,
Like when I'm about to do something, for example, say if you gotta, like I don't like talking in front of big crowds, but I will do it if I have to. Like, okay, say you're about to give a big speech, and you know you're the type to that's not your thing.
You play it in
You'll
your
be
head.
coaching yourself.
Yeah.
Like, get your shit together. Like get it together.
You got it. You can do it. Yeah. Okay.
Some people cannot do that.
I do.
They don't have that inner voice. They can't think. Is it that they can't think?
Oh, they don't. They literally just don't have it, right? So
I feel like if you don't have that inner voice, you can't think. You can't think. You're just doing shit.
I don't know.
I feel like if you don't have the inner voice,
just don't
you're not
question.
self-aware.
Yeah, like you don't have a
Yeah.
second thought. Yeah, you just go. You're just doing it.
If you're just doing stuff impulsively and you're not
almost
thinking
like
about it,
it's
that's
almost
a
like
little...
you don't have a conscience. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Like, because your conscience is gonna be like, all right, I want to do this. Is this right for me to do this? Like, you know, is this should I be doing this or should I not be doing this? What I like. I feel like
Yeah, but I
I
definitely.
don't know. I just
Weird, bro. I
I
found that out on TikTok, but it's fucking TikTok.
I'm screaming.
Wow.
Yeah, that's another situation. That sounds like.
Have any of y'all ever been cheated on?
Bro.
Not that I know of.
Not
you
to
ever
my
cheated?
knowledge, man.
I know that I
You
think
cheated
that
before?
I have, but I don't know.
You can't.
I've never cheated.
Ronka, you cheated?
I'll just break up with you before I do that.
I've never
I'm the same
cheated.
way.
No,
Okay,
I feel
well,
like cheating
now I know.
is very.
Coaching.
What's the word? Betraying. Like it's like. Cause I feel like if you talk to me, not saying that I'm gonna give you a pass or nothing like that, but I feel like we're at the point where we should be able to talk through anything. If you're thinking about stepping out or whatever,
Like
you should be able to
premeditated?
tell me how you feel or how you've been feeling or what's
But
lacking
it's
or
crazy.
whatever.
Some people cheat because they feel like they can't do that with their significant.
That's fear, though. I always
Yeah.
feel like that, like lying, cheating, all that is fear. Like you scared of somebody's reaction, so you're stepping out or
Fear as in FEAR or FAIR.
no fear. FEAR. Do I have a like what?
He's trying to talk about. He's saying it with a
Like it's
Nigerian
fair?
accent. Yeah.
I thought you were saying
She doesn't have a Nigerian accent. Yeah.
I said, do I?
He's saying fair.
Fear.
But
Fair
you know, some
or
people
fear?
do it like they get a high off of it.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
I
That's
got
like,
away with it this time. Let's try it again.
Yeah.
I'm just exploring my options, Jared.
but that's a problem with you as a person. I feel like cheating itself, there is a lot of things that come before you actually physically stick it in,
yeah.
okay? So there's a lot of things that can happen before that. So if you're going that route, then it's real betrayal. Like I don't want
But say-
I don't want to
say
get
it
with
don't-
somebody
you can
like
stop.
that.
Say it don't get to that point where he's pouring
Cisco?
milk with another woman. Say he just, laid up with her. They was,
I don't like none of that
What
shit.
is
No, you shouldn't get to that point.
Yeah.
Why are you laying
While
up?
you're,
Yeah.
even if you're
Would
emotionally
you forgive
cheating.
No.
So right now, no. I don't think it's ever gonna be a change, honestly. But because
respect
I
that.
talk to
respect
married
that.
people and they say like, you never know. You might have kids. You might have a house. So there's things to consider.
Yeah.
Right.
But today, I'm not tolerating.
Yeah. If I don't have no kids, I'm out for sure.
Yeah.
So do you
Yeah.
guys believe in
I'm a strong
husbands,
believer in
work wives?
communication. Like,
Wait,
You said, do we
Yeah,
believe in
so
what?
what? Right.
Work husbands, work wives? Because that's
Work
husbands
husbands and work wives.
Yeah, because that's emotional cheating.
No, I don't believe in that.
There
I don't
should not
believe
be
in none
no
of
work
that.
husband,
Would
no
you
work
let your
wife.
partner have friends of the opposite sex?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that I would trust my, but
No, but people. Yeah.
Let's just be real. Just
Yeah.
what? Wait, because like, what does the friendship look like? You're not about to
Yeah.
go out with
Yeah.
Sally and Sue
Yeah,
at
they used that
midnight.
last week.
Like, it's a respectful relationship.
Yeah.
Like,
What if he
There's
wants to bring
boundaries.
you along with
There's
them?
boundaries.
huh?
What if he wants to bring you along with those two, Sally and Susie now?
Bring me along?
Yeah.
I mean, what's wrong with that? I'm
Yeah.
sure my husband's gonna be mixed into my social circle too.
Okay,
It's-
that's fine. That's fine. I just want to know some people.
Also,
Let
you
me
want to
ask
meet
you
those
this.
people too. You know what I mean?
Say-
I want to meet I want to know who those people are. I feel like
Yeah.
if I don't know them, I would have an
That's-
issue with
yeah.
that.
That's a
Like,
little awkward.
Like,
okay, say it's a new. Say obviously you work where you work, he work where he work, he do what he do, you do what you do. But obviously that's your man. Cool. Say he meets a new friend, and they're literally just friends. But obviously, they're just friends, and
No.
you know he's
It's already a no.
Wait.
If I'm in a relationship, I'm sorry. If I
She said no.
I'm sorry.
If
I'm
a new friend. Ain't no new friend.
I'm sorry, I can't take that.
Yeah,
I can't.
No new friends.
I'm sorry. Because no. If I'm in a relationship, you don't need to be making no new friends with somebody of the opposite
That
sex.
work
I'm
when you
sorry.
clock out. When you clock out, so does that relationship. Yeah, that relationship is
So that friendship clocked out too.
Yeah.
So, what they were friends before y'all started dating?
Okay.
Oh, that was different. That
That's
is way different.
But
Yeah.
how would you react to that?
Would you respect that though?
Yeah,
Say that's his man's, like, but it's the opposite sex.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I feel like
And then y'all going to marriage, and he's bringing her into.
Are they calling at 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Are they like? It depends on what
The
what it
friendship,
looks
yeah.
like.
the dynamic of the
Yeah.
and the
If
person
that's just your
that
girl,
I'm-
like your
That's
sis, your
That's
like
true.
that's different.
That's true.
Yeah, and the person
What
that
are
I'm
the
with, I feel like I should
But
know
they're
that
not
they're
blood.
solid and they should know that I'm
Yeah.
solid.
Right.
So I'm not gonna drive myself crazy worrying about what my man is doing with his girlfriend. If he says that that's
With
his
his
friend,
girlfriend?
Like
his
his girl, like
friend,
Oh,
that's a
I was
girl. If he says that the relationship is what it is, and I've observed that it is what it is,
Yeah.
then I'm letting
Miriam's
let
that
go
friend,
and let
leave
God.
him.
Okay,
You
but
said
know
what?
Their friend.
You know there are a lot of
Like
guys
leave
that
him.
What do you
Yo.
mean?
Like
So
leave that
what
friend.
Leave the
about-
dude.
What about like?
If
Wait.
if he has the opposite
Okay, so I'm
sex
not
friend.
But you know what?
blind to that.
I respect
No.
that.
I didn't say that.
But I will respect that though, and the only reason I say I will respect that because I know our nature as guys, and also
Bro.
I know what I'm willing to tolerate and not
Oh,
tolerate.
yeah, me too. I
So
agree with
like for me, if I have my wife, like let's take my wife. She has a guy that she's been friends with for so long. Number one, it gotta be platonic. Like there's no like
History.
Y'all
used to
can't
be-
ever.
Oh
have
yeah,
that.
no history.
That's not a friend.
None.
That's not your friend.
Delete the
There's-
history.
There's more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for two,
Yeah.
and then for two, it's like the dynamic too. Like, what type of dynamic is the relationship? Is it like, oh, the dynamic is just basically built on y'all just being, she's just
On history, like timeline.
Just like are y'all just emotionally available when at times, or is it like y'all genuinely are just been there for them for each other as
Yeah.
like friends?
That's
and
my
stuff?
friend too now.
Stuff like that.
That's my friend too.
The dynamic does play a factor, but then going into it, like it's no more you making more like other like
no
come
new
on
ones.
now, like you wouldn't like. I know for sure you wouldn't like me being friendly with women and all that stuff.
Yeah, because I'm
That's
not
right.
blind to the fact that if you give men a chance, they will take it.
Okay.
Oh, five.
But you gotta trust your significant other though.
Yeah,
You do.
but that's why we said no new friends.
So
But
back.
then again,
But you can trust your
we are
significant
human. We are human, so you could trust your significant other.
and you gonna piss your man off
But it could
sometimes.
be that.
Like you ain't about to run this Sally and Sue.
All it takes is just that one. To me, I
That's a
say
good
all it
point.
takes is that one good pissed off conversation, and it's like.
Hey, I wrong
You gonna get
She's
to
all
it.
yours. She's all yours.
Her nigga about to watch
It
this
only
like.
takes that
Yeah, Khalifa woke up. He was asleep. He woke up. He just jumped up.
You okay, bro?
Khalifa like what?
No, I thought this nigga was like.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, but I mean, I'm not gonna drive myself crazy. If we're solid, I'm gonna trust that it's solid until you give me a reason.
Yeah.
Then
I feel like that's what
I'm
it
not
comes
gonna
down
drive
to, though.
myself
Like,
crazy.
you trust your significant other. You don't trust the.
Yeah.
Because they don't owe you nothing.
Also, yeah.
Like your
Right,
significant
right,
other.
right,
Yeah.
Right.
They don't owe you no loyalty. So.
But some friends are also really flirty too. Like some some opposite sex.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna vet your friend.
Yeah, that's why you gotta hang out with them. You're like, huh?
And if I feel like if I see something, women are very intuitive.
Yeah, you can tell.
We know.
Yeah.
So if I can
And
tell
that's-
something,
and
I'm
you
gonna be
know
like,
what? I found that out too. Like women be when men be pointing out like their male best friend there. Women be already be knowing like that male best friend got a hidden agenda, but I guess
But that's not always true.
huh?
No.
Because they got like you just said, the intuition. Y'all already know like the vibe he giving you and all and everything. Like if the opportunity was there, he will take it.
I dated somebody whose cousin literally like made a pass on me, and it's like that's weird.
No, oh yeah.
Men are sorry, but men are weird.
Yeah, men will do that to their friends over
Their friends,
over
their families.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been out and had men come in as I've been out like to a bar or whatever. I've met two guys, they were friends, and when they were separate from each other, they're dirty macking on each other.
But how you know the
And
dudes?
how
How you
dirty
know the
macking.
dudes didn't have an agenda amongst themselves? Like, oh yeah, bro, like.
No, but the dirty macking is where it's,
It's
like
the ego, men. Y'all could be. I hope you all stay friends forever. I'm not saying that any of you have any disloyalty, but
I am.
the ego in men will
wild.
cause them to be disloyal. If it comes to a female, like when it comes to women, y'all
But do
will
you see how much
fold
wildlife you
real
guys cost?
fast. Huh?
I said, do you see how much trouble women cause?
But it's
it's not
It's
a woman's fault.
Yeah, it's y'all ego. It's not about us.
You're right, it's niggas,
It's
but
good. Our
it's
strong
y'all.
circle of men is very tight. Like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
not that type of time.
Because like I understand, like like
Any girl, my man, off limit. And that's how it should be though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
But that's
the
when like
conversation is minimal, and I feel like I even go into that. Like if I'm around girlfriends who are dating somebody, I don't even want to give the idea that
facts.
anything is the
Yeah.
conversation's minimal.
Right.
'Cause
Okay.
You know,
I-
if we having group conversations, we're having group
Yeah.
conversations only.
Holy fuck.
So it's so interesting because like when my mom travels a lot and my dad works at night, right? So like my mom's friends will literally cook meals for my dad because they know she's not home to like do that.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about like what you said just reminded me of this time that my dad was like, you know, he was at work and they're like, oh, you know, how you still getting all these home cooked meals when your wife has been gone? And he's like, oh, her friends will like drop food off. And the women there were like, what? Like, you over here cooking, but it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
People like, you over here like,
He sees it as innocent.
yeah, I mean,
it's a cultural thing.
it's
Yeah,
suggested
yeah.
that you do something
Yeah.
like that. Like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, my friend is gone, so like let me help. I'm cooking. Let me just put something
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
the
so you
side.
go anywhere else.
I'm
Yeah.
already cooking, so
Yeah.
let me just
Send them a plate.
put something
Send the
aside
plate,
to give,
but they
yeah.
were like, my dad was like, they were so appalled. They couldn't
Yeah.
even fathom
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
he was getting meals from them, and he was
my mom
like,
would do the same thing. Like
Yeah.
like, she's already cooking a big pot. Like she would definitely put some aside for somebody.
oh,
that-
auntie is gone. Let me
Yeah.
give her family. Yeah,
It's a cultural thing.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing. Yeah, but here, that
right.
ain't
We in
gonna fly.
America.
Here, that ain't gonna fly.
Ah, keep your.
Yep.
He was cooking.
But I feel like with issues like that, it's. I mean, it doesn't matter what culture you are. Like that's jealousy and all those other negative things mixed in for you to want to look at your friend's man or regardless of what gender you are.
Yeah. I agree.
Also, I take it as like they care about your mom so much. They're like, let's make sure he's fed. He doesn't go anywhere else to get food. You know, like in that sense, or like another woman's cooking food for him.
Like I'm watching you. Nigga.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
I ain't even
no,
think
yeah,
about.
like that's why I look at it. Like, what if a random woman's cooking food for him, and she's not there to like cook food? So I got you. I'm gonna cook food for him.
I'm
Who bought you
screaming.
Why
this
you
fish?
not here?
See, I don't even think about it like that though. I just
Yeah.
really think they're like,
Genuinely.
oh, like he be working at night and his wife always cooks for him. Like, what is he
Yeah.
gonna eat?
Yeah, facts.
And these are her like longtime friends, like friends that she had from back home that like they all, you know.
Also, they have the same mentality because they're friends from childhood.
Yeah, it's not like they're. That's why I was like, it might be a cultural.
Definitely is.
Cause some women are like, I don't want nobody cooking for my man. I mean, I
You
feel
gotta
like
say
I don't
Khalifa
know.
About cooking?
about.
You can't cook.
Yeah,
Khalifa.
we can't
Wait,
let
can
this
y'all
episode
cook?
pass
Can
us
y'all
by.
cook for real?
Yes, I can.
Wait,
Cook,
what?
cook to survive?
Yeah,
or
cook-
right.
cook
for somebody else.
I was actually a cook. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, can y'all cook? That's him. Can y'all cook?
It's been we done did 20 episodes. Nigga ain't bring one tray.
Facts, right?
Oh my God.
Season finale, no
Oh, so
trade.
you
He
figured
cook
this
for the
out,
ladies.
Abdul.
Right.
When we first met, bro.
I'm beefing, bro.
I know. Hold on, wait. I'm beefing with you now. Actually, you reminded me of
What you
something.
doing?
When we first met, bro, you gave me a bowl of like some spicy rice that your mom made. I asked you what?
Oh, fried rice or jollof rice?
I think it was that one. I asked you, can you bring me some? You never brought that food back over, bro. What happened to that?
At least I brought it once.
So you brought it that one time. I was like, bro, can you bring some more? He was like, yeah, man. I asked my mom to make some more. You ain't never come back with that ever again.
Not at
Just
least.
like Eric.
Huh?
You sound just like Eric.
But I can cook. Go on my Instagram and see I can cook.
What are you
Okay.
cooking?
You gonna plug your Instagram
Everything.
or that's
What,
already
like, what's
plugged?
everything?
No, Kalu on the grill. Y'all gotta come on.
Oh,
your
yeah.
grill.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's actually y'all grill.
We gonna invite y'all. I can grill, but I can grill like shit.
Because I
But when
can
I'm with
grill.
Kalu, I prefer him to do it.
Propane.
Propane, you have to do charcoal grill. You have to.
That was terrible.
No,
Really?
charcoal
I mean,
is
it's
the
good.
best.
No, it's good to grill on, but it's terrible as
So
far
control
as like
the heat.
inhale and everything. Control the heat. That's
Yeah.
That's why I prefer propane because
I feel like I don't know. I can't. I don't know if I can grill for a whole.
yeah.
I prefer
My
coal.
fault.
Yeah.
I like the
hate
charcoal.
My father's
I like
better on the
charcoal.
grill than I am. He does charcoal.
No, we did with charcoal.
Yeah.
Charcoal gives me a headache. Charcoal.
For real?
I mean, the
It's just-
smoke is wild.
The smoke just stays on you for so long.
But I like the
Carbon and
outcome.
everything. Yeah, it's good when it comes out, but
So it's better to just use propane.
it is. It's
Oh,
sa-
shit.
well, it's healthier
Yeah.
to use propane.
Really?
You can control the
Propane,
temperature.
And, you
Right,
can,
right,
and it's
right,
easier to grill with
Yeah,
Is that for a
propane,
good
you
big
can
group?
taste more of like even the actual food.
Yeah.
While charcoal, depending on the kind of charcoal you want, and maybe
Yeah.
use some type of
Oh,
wood,
I like
it
that.
can add a flavor to your food.
I don't like
because
propane.
when you were grilling that time,
It was
I thought you
charcoal.
were trying to tell me that it's better to use it without propane.
No.
I was like this summer if I grilled, I was not gonna use propane.
Oh no, propane is better.
Okay,
Is it? I think
I
charcoal
don't
is
know
better.
about that. I prefer,
Yeah, I'm a
I prefer
charcoal.
man that
It's
smokes.
It's preference,
Right,
yeah.
it's preference. At the end of the day,
Like
it's preference.
because
I feel
me,
like there's
I
an
do
art
better
to
with
that.
It
propane
is
too.
not.
Yeah.
I do too. When
I
I
want
grill,
this-
I need propane.
No, because
Separate
charcoal is
conversation.
hard to control the heat.
It was,
Yeah.
so, it was so hard to keep the shit lit when we were grilling that time.
How-
And not even
Hold on,
that,
how
when
did
it
you-
gets hot,
how
it's
did
like
you-
everything is hot.
You
So
use
like,
charcoal?
you got a lot of like.
How did you use it? You talking about for charcoal right now? How did you use
Charcoal,
it?
charcoal.
How
You
use it-
spread it across the whole thing?
No, you do a pyramid.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't
And
do
then-
that. You have a hot side and a cool side.
Yeah,
That's how
that's
you
what
can
that-
control it.
and that-
But it's
that's
not
what
like
I
you just
end
put
up-
it in the middle though.
But
You don't-
that's what I end up doing.
Wait,
I
so
just
I
go
do
with
that.
the pheromone to light it up.
No,
and
one
get
side,
it
bro.
going.
Everything on
And
one
then-
side. Everything on one side, bro.
Why would you do everything on
Hot
top?
let
side,
me
cool
finish.
side. You can control it.
Hold on.
Let him
Start
finish.
with a pyramid to get it going. So when it lights up the whole charcoal, you make sure you move it to the side that
Okay,
you're gonna
okay.
cook on, and then you have a cold side that you.
Why do you have a
start the
cold
cooking.
side?
So you can control the heat at how much
So you
it
can, like,
cooks. So when it's
So you can
done
overcook
cooking, you
it.
can move it to this side and let it.
Let something else cook.
So Khalifa, you cook?
Yes,
No.
I'm good.
What you be making?
You do me.
He has maids. So
No, I actually was taught how to cook. I can make fried rice, jollof rice.
Oh, the real African food.
Yes, I can
Okay.
make suya. I can make suya chicken.
Okay.
Salmon. I can make fish.
How long have we known Khalifa? We haven't chopped one meal.
Yes, and it will stay that way. Only my wife.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were like, oh, you my wife.
You hear that? Khalifa's future wife.
So you looking for a wife, Khalifa?
No.
No.
this is the
You
one.
talking like you
Khalifa,
are. You
okay,
scared?
I'm gonna let you rock.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I ain't gonna
Ask
say
him
what.
why he's not looking.
No.
You're not scared, or you're not looking for a wife.
Where's my phone
I'm
at?
not scared. Why would I be?
So you're looking for a wife.
At this point, no.
Well, why aren't you looking for? Or
You're
why?
talking
Why?
like-
Why is your status the way that it is?
I work a lot.
Oh, y'all
You saying
want
the same?
that.
Yeah, the same story. Come on.
Literally, I just had this conversation with my mom. She was like,
When are you going to get?
no, seriously. She
Yeah.
was like, oh, your uncles and aunts back home are literally asking when are you gonna get married. And she was like, if you keep on going like this, when you go to Nigeria, there's gonna be a surprise waiting for you.
They gonna tie the knot for you?
You gonna have a surprise wedding.
They gonna have a nice princess from the village waiting for y'all.
I'm not
To cater to your head.
You better wait.
No, but for real, y'all.
I said she gonna be from the village.
That's
No,
scary.
I understand though the grind and why y'all do what y'all do, that it's kind of ingrained in you, but this life is very short. So please don't miss out on love because y'all are trying to chase money. Please.
I'm gonna add on to that, right? Because I always say this, and y'all know this. I always say one of my biggest fears since I was young and I was like able to grasp and understand what a relationship is and how to have a healthy relationship and so on and so forth. I always said one of my biggest fears was being old and lonely. And you know, you don't want to be that person who worked their entire life. You know, we see it from guys. Like perfect example, Shannon Sharp.
Your views on marriage. What do you think?
I would have loved to have gotten married earlier in my career, but my career was the most important thing. So I was no good. I was a terrible father. I probably was a terrible brother, a terrible son. I definitely was a terrible boyfriend because football was the most important thing.
Right.
I was consumed with that. And I was consumed with that because I wanted to get my grandmother and my family out of the conditions that I grew up in. And I said if I had kids, I didn't want them to spend 1 hour, let alone a year like I spent. So I focused on that. That was the only thing that mattered.
Right.
And I had a lot of women say they could be okay with being with number 2 to football. But when it came right down to it and they see how devout I was in it, they couldn't be.
Right.
And I said, okay. But now I started to realize as I've gotten older in my life, everything that I've accumulated doesn't mean anything if I don't have anybody to share it with. And it took me spending time alone to realize that, yes, Shannon, you're great at what you do. You're in the Hall of Fame. You accomplished a lot. But at the end of the day, who do you share it with?
But then this is the problem.
Successful, you know, wealthy, but now he's reached a point to his life where he's like, okay, I'm successful. I have all this stuff, but I have nobody to share it with. When you know
It's
what I'm
lonely at the top, I guess.
Bro, and that's another misconception. Like, you don't have to have your own house, all these things don't have to be perfect before you lock in with somebody. Like, those are things that you get with somebody. Like, you can get to a point where, like, you meet somebody and you guys build that shit together.
I understand. Right now I'm prospecting.
So you say you're not looking.
But what you said though, and I'm gonna also go back to what she said. Not everybody created equal. Like, I'm not saying for me.
He loved that communication.
I'm not saying for me. I'm gonna be happy being single when I grow up and everything. But I feel like there are people out there that are pretty much
content.
There's some people that don't want to get married or have any partner.
But that's not what he's saying though. He said that he wants to. So I'm like, okay, so what are you doing to make sure?
Khalifa said that?
Yeah, you just said that.
You said that?
Yeah.
He went away.
You just said
Yeah.
that.
He wants to get
He
married
said that's
now.
only for my wife.
Not right
That's
now,
what he said.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you
Some
are. You said if you want to get married, bro, like, we're about to be 30. You know, we're not getting any younger. Like, you can't say you're not looking for it. You might not be actively, like, you know, going on Google and searching the next dating
Not Google.
app. But
Next one.
Where's my wife?
exactly. But you know, but you know, in your mind, my options are open. If the right woman comes along, you know, after we've quote unquote dated, then, you know.
I got a quick question before Khalifa answers. So, is there also a time frame that you should and shouldn't get married? Meaning,
Yes.
like, let's say,
Women have a biological clock.
let's say some people may find marriage at 24, 25, and some people may not find marriage till like 40.
Yeah.
And it happens, and if they find it till they're 40 and they're happy, does it really matter?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I thought your question was more so when you said time frame. I'm thinking like when you meet somebody, is there like a limit on how long you should be with them until you get married? Because some people be engaged. I mean,
That's
and
what I thought.
that's up to them too, I guess. But yeah, okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
But I also
I
don't
think
think that
engagement
marriage
for 10
is
years
for
is crazy.
everybody, but
That's
I
my
think
opinion,
that I don't think that necessarily marriage is for everybody, but I think, like I said, on a very basic human need level, everybody wants companionship.
Right.
So
But do you think everybody deserves that though?
No.
Yeah.
yeah,
Everybody
we.
doesn't
I mean, in the animal, even in the animal kingdom, like everybody
Fine.
wants not a unit,
Like, when
but
the elephant doesn't have somebody, it starts to like.
yeah.
I'm not-
but some
This is
people
gonna be
are
like a rare
lone wolves.
occasion.
I feel like not everybody
Yeah.
actually.
This is going to
wants
be like
that.
a rare occasion where I agree with Khalifa and like not everybody. I don't believe.
I don't think everybody wants that either.
Not,
Yeah, that's what I'm
not
saying. That's what
once.
I'm
I don't
saying.
think everybody
Everybody's not created
deserves.
equal.
Everybody doesn't
Yeah.
want that.
I don't think.
Fine.
I don't think
Like-
everybody deserves that kind of.
Deserve.
I think as a
That's
guy,
not-
as a
People that
guy,
don't want it. I'm
Yeah.
speaking
I
to
can't
people
say that. I
that
feel like
hate
only
it.
God can
What
say
are you
that.
doing to make sure you receive it?
you can.
I'm speaking
You
to those
can.
people.
Yeah, it's like you can want it. You can't deserve it because I think there are. Even for males and females, there are certain things that you need. There's a threshold. You have to cross these certain steps in order for you to achieve that companionship. And if you haven't reached all those steps, you don't deserve it.
So what
I
are
don't
those
agree.
steps? Like,
I can't. I feel like I'm not powerful enough to decide.
I can't determine what
I
that
don't agree
is.
with that.
Because love is here. Like, you know?
I don't agree with
Who
that.
sets those steps? Though?
Yeah, like what are those steps?
I don't.
Who sets those?
I'm not the one to set those steps.
Is that
but
to each his own?
it would
That's
be
a
to-
lot
it
of
would be to
power
each
though
his
to
own.
say like you deserve companionship and you don't.
I'm not
Like,
saying that.
You can
I'm
say
not,
earn.
I'm not.
Like-
You can. Yeah, you earn it. That's the same thing as saying like you don't deserve.
No,
it, though.
deserve is like I don't. That's not our
It's too
power.
strong of a word.
Yeah, it's such a word because
I'm gonna
it's
keep
like
using it then. Because it sets the to me it sets that tone that
I
like
mean, if you out killing people,
like
then you
so
don't
if you
deserve it.
if,
but,
like, so let's be for real. We have a
deserve it.
You out killing people.
let's be for real. We're really gonna sit here and have a guy that weighs like 700 pounds and works at Amazon.
Jesus.
he deserves love.
works at
He
Amazon.
doesn't deserve love.
No. Wait till I finish. He's gonna say like I can't find a girlfriend. I need a girlfriend. I deserve to have. We're gonna say like, bro,
Oh, you're talking about an incel?
basically, well, let's talk about incel. Yeah, we're gonna sit here and say like, yeah, man, you deserve a girlfriend.
Why wouldn't he?
what if the girlfriend helps him lose weight?
Yeah.
If the girlfriend can help, if he finds a girl that actually willing to help
To
him, with
Leonard's
that,
point,
yes.
To Leonard's point, I feel like if the man is really that big,
Dooley, please. Where are you going
but
with this?
like-
Yeah, where are you? I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this.
Where are
Man
you
is
going
that
with
big.
If he said what, he doesn't love himself, so he shouldn't
I
get
feel like
love.
I feel like it starts with you.
But like-
Okay, that's valid.
Okay.
If you
No,
know you're
self-love-
not, if you know you're
self-love
not in a
is number
place,
one.
yeah.
Like if you don't love
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah,
How you going
yeah.
somebody else?
But-
Yeah.
it's not fair.
I
to-
agree
it's-
with you
it's-
for
yeah,
one,
No, to Khalifa's point, it's not
Khalifa.
fair
Wow.
to the person who you want to be in a relationship
And
with.
then-
If you're not in a place that you're happy with yourself, you should not be in a
Yeah,
relationship.
that's I think self.
That's
Yeah.
not fair.
But what if they're
And-
happy at 700
And
pounds?
let
I
me-
feel like that
They
is
might
just
be,
a
yeah.
bad.
And let me add
Yeah.
one more
You
to
need to
it.
go
We can't
find-
fat shame now.
No,
No, they might be happy like that.
That was valid.
I
I
definitely just
mean,
did.
I'm not. See, that's where you're wrong. 700 is not fat. 700 is obese. 700 is morbidly obese. Actually.
yeah.
But let's say, but like, we can,
700?
but we can easily say like, bro,
That's a
you
whale,
can,
bro.
you.
No, but
but
you
we
can
can-
still be deserving of love.
Yeah, you can still deserve
Okay.
love. 700.
I'm sorry
You
to cut you
can
off, but I
work-
feel like it has to be more of a
That's
negative.
real,
You can be. You need to work to get it. That's what I'm trying
Not
to say.
physical. It doesn't have to do anything.
But it's like,
Yeah.
bro, let's help you get to like a healthy 400. Let's help you get a car.
healthy 400.
Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
Let's help you cross some of these steps.
Yeah.
Therefore, when you say you need some, you will like some of these things. It sounds more reasonable, right? Because you can't be like excommunicado throughout the have like all the worst traits and say I demand this, right? It's like I can't go to Steve Jobs and demand a job. Rest in peace.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I gotta cross these certain thresholds and then be like, I demand a job. Let's look at you first.
But a job
That's what I'm
is
trying
like,
to say.
But I feel like
physical. That's a physical
Yes.
thing.
He's describing entitlement.
Thank you.
Yeah, because
Let me jump from back.
I feel like companionship is very
Different from a job, right?
I know,
yeah,
right?
companionship is very basic. There are people who have, let's just say, for example, like, I won't say a specific disability or mental illness or whatever,
one
but there are
leg.
some people that might not have the same social awareness that the normal person would have, but they still know how to love.
Yeah.
So
It's an
being a
emotion that everybody should
yeah,
feel.
a companion is very basic.
I mean, yeah, he can find somebody that likes that. He can
Yes,
do it.
and
Yeah,
he
but I'm
loves,
saying
and they just have a relationship purely off of love.
Whether it's
Yeah.
healthy to you or
Yeah, but to them,
Yeah,
it's
if
healthy,
he
yeah.
finds somebody that's good, that likes that stuff, that's perfectly fine. I think that's perfectly fine. I'm just saying that like there are certain things that you need to do to acquire that kind of like love or compassion from another person.
And that's like to each his own at that point. Everyone knows like what they want, if that makes sense.
Okay, people do know what they want, but I'm
Some
saying
people
like
require very little.
Yeah.
some people. Do
I mean, you
require
can't be
certain levels, some
you
people
can't
don't.
have the bare minimum and be expecting like the world. I feel
Yeah.
like that's like
but that's leads into what I
But
was just
some
saying.
people
Yeah.
are okay with the bare minimum.
Yeah. So
But that's also what I'm saying. Some
But
people
also,
are
what
fine
is
with
the bare
that, but
minimum?
to each
That's
his
up
own.
to you.
Yeah,
Bare
it's up to
minimum
you.
effort. Bare minimum. There's
no
bare
car,
minimum
no
that.
job, no house, but you live with your mother. Bare minimum.
I think
That's what it is.
Yeah, you can still love and have
Yeah.
those things. you could
But
be
does-
a
but
bum
does he-
and still
but
love
does he-
somebody.
because
You
my-
you
to
see,
her point,
But
there's
does
people
he
out here that won't
that
judge you for
entitlement
that.
Yeah.
does he deserve
They
it
like
though?
you for you.
But does that entitlement?
That's up to
though?
that partner, that whoever that they're with to
But
decide
if,
if
you,
they
if you're
deserve
doing all
that.
that, if you're like that and you demanding a girlfriend, you got a problem.
No, but it's
That's the point I'm trying to say.
You got a problem.
Okay, so
brother.
are you thinking like,
Leonard.
why don't I have a?
Yeah,
I
people
mean,
that
that's
people
a
that are
little-
like that. That's what I'm talking about.
But you're right. But then again, like you said, there's still people
Keep it
that
straight
are
up.
bums and still receiving love.
And that's
they-
cool.
Yeah.
Bums
I like
Bro,
hood
bums
niggas.
are pouring milk.
They pour milk more
Bums,
than me.
bums pour milk more than a working man, bro, because they have time to pour milk.
Literally like hood niggas. Hood
I know
niggas
this.
They don't have.
I know this.
And they would choose
But-
a bum over me.
Because the bum has.
Are you? Yes, sorry. I know.
You see?
They would say the bum can pour better milk than me. Of course you can pour better milk
I'm
than
tired.
me.
I work all day.
Right.
Bums are pouring milk, and bums are having more kids than working men.
Exactly.
Not pouring
Bums.
milk.
No.
So the
This
less
conversation
deserving
has
is,
turned right.
the less deserving is still getting love. So.
I think everyone is deserving of
Yeah.
But yeah, like I do
Yeah.
agree with
We're
that.
not the judge. We can't be the
Well,
judge.
I'm not no judge.
I feel like I don't have the power to
Everybody-
decide that.
No,
Like,
we don't.
that's not
We
up to
don't.
me.
That's up to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
That's you and God, honey.
Yeah.
Yep.
I ain't I'm
If
saying.
you go have a baby with a bum,
Have a
That's
baby
your
with a
business.
bum.
But thank y'all for tuning in to this special episode. It's been great. Don't mind what Khalifa just said because now he chooses to talk when we're ending. We want to thank these special ladies for joining us on this.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for having
much.
Thanks for having
It was
us.
great.
It was fun.
appreciate y'all. Episode 10.
You know,
Y'all gonna invite us back?
Yeah.
of course.
I
We
want
need
to
to
be
be back.
You not believe in
But
people
please
eyeing
like,
yourself.
subscribe,
Get that shit out.
share with all your
I
friends.
promise I got you.
We'll be back. You know, don't miss us too much while we go off for this season, but we'll be back next season.
Season 3 we coming back.
We coming back
Tougher.
strong.
Yeah.
You
Stay
know,
mad.
Stay mad.
We'll be back.
Madgoats.
Madgoats, take it up.
Yay.
Thanks, Madgoats.
Let's go.
Bro, I looked at the time.